Okay, hold on. We're getting there. All right, there we go. All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome. This is the Southwest Florida TechNet for August 19th, 2022. And tonight's main topic is going to be all of the websites that can help you out in ham radio. And we're going to not only just not just talk about propagation websites, but I want to talk about a lot of different kinds of websites, like websites where you can look up other amateur radio operators, or websites where you can find cool things to do. And we're going to go through briefly through the TechNet website here too, because we do a lot of stuff on there. All right, so there we go. And we're going to go ahead and get started here. I've been doing a lot here in the shack. I am at KO4 EFS station, and as you can see, I've been adding more and more things here. I found a new store that I really like. My nephew, my grandchild, who is 12. It's my wife's grandchild, but by marriage, my grandchild. And we actually, he introduced me to this new place, and it's really cool. It's called Five Below. And it's just like little cheap crap that you can just go in and buy for $5 or less. And I found these really cool lights that you see up here on top of my monitors. They're so cool. They were $5 a piece. And these are really cool. They work with a remote. You can change the colors just like that. We can just change everything all the way around to a different color. And I just think these things are really cool. They make for great lights for studio, for working on stuff. When I'm working on things, I make them white so that I can see everything. And then, of course, when we're going to be on, I can make them whatever color I want for, to fit the motif for the night or whatever. So I thought that was really cool. And I got those at Five Below, and they were in fact $5. What's really cool about these is they dual as work lights. They also dual as studio lights, and they dual as making it look really cool lights. So it's pretty neat. You can see there, I got 6 of them, 3 on each side. I also bought a couple of these like little blinking color lights. I also got a couple of these volume control things up here for $5. I was literally just like buying stuff so I could take it apart and see how it works. But really some neat stuff there. And it's Five Below. Who would have thought? They have weird stuff in there. Like they got a toy section. They got a candy section. They got a makeup and perfume and cologne section. And then they got a phone charging and LED light section. And then a junk food section, a back to school section, and that's it. It's weird. It's like not like a normal store. So I just wanted to put that out there. If you're looking for some $5 little lights, they got everything from, you can do your whole bathroom. They got one for your sink, one for under your rim on your toilet, LED lights. They got LED lights for your towel rack, LED lights for your curtain rod holder and your curtain rod. And you can literally do your entire bathroom in LED lights for when, like when you have those swanky parties over there,
You can turn your bathroom into a Christmas tree.
There you go. There you go. This would be really cool. It's amazing what you can do with LED lights now. I can only imagine what the future is going to look like with LED lights. It's going to be fun. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. Everything here, I haven't worked on it much because I was busy all last weekend with family stuff, and I didn't even get I was called away last night and didn't even get to the WatchNet last night. I've got 2 family members that are sick and in and out of the hospital right now, 2 immediate family members. And so I'm here when I can be here. It's one of those things. I put out what I can put out, and I'm here when I can be here. So it's good. It's good. I'm here tonight. I have no restrictions. We'll be here until we're done. I was showing you guys my aircraft tracker before the show. I wanted to mention I've got that on the newsletter this week, and I went ahead and did an expanded report on how to do it. It's got every link to everything, even the that filter that I bought. It's a filter amplifier. Also, that really cool 10 dB gain collinear antenna that I bought for it. Really, really cool stuff there. And it's all in there. Where you buy it, links to how to get it, and all that kind of stuff. It's all right there in that in the newsletter on a 3-page expose. If you, that's what you're supposed to say when you put out something like that. It's an expose. Now, it's really just a cool thing to do. But anyway, yeah. And then for those of you who were not in earlier, I'll pop it up just for a second so you can see it. This is the aircraft tracking system. And here's the thing: the software is free. Both the software to create the map and the software to drive the radio and to get the data. Number two, you buy a $30 SDR, RTL SDR. You buy a $40 filter amplifier, and you buy an $80 antenna, and you put it on a piece of 20-foot PVC in your backyard. And there you go. I can go out 200 miles for anything at flight altitude. These rings are 50 miles apart, so you can kind of do the math. If you look at the numbers, if you guys can see those numbers, I think you can see them, can't you? Or they, yeah, the numbers. The top one is the altitude. The next one is the speed, and the third one is the distance from my shack. So you can see right there, we've got planes over here 147 miles from the shack. And you can see I've tracked planes as far north as the Georgia-Florida line. That's what that red shading indicates, that I've tracked planes that are over 30,000 feet that far north, which I think is pretty cool. And I'm getting quite a bit of range. I'm at about 18 feet at the base of the antenna, 17 feet. It's just a couple of pieces of PVC I put together and stuck it up there. I plan to get this one up at about 30, 35 feet when I'm done. And I think, and here's the other thing I'm going to do with it. I'm going to move the STR RTL is going to stay next to the computer, but I'm going to move the filter amplifier to the top up by the antenna. And I'm going to build a little weather box to go under my antenna. And the amplifier filter is going to hook directly up to the bottom of the antenna. And then from that point, it's going to go directly up. So you're not up into the antenna. And so when the bias T power is basically power sent through the coax. It's sent into the coax by the STR RTL, and then it's used by the filter amplifier to do its job. And that's what bias T is just power running along the signal line. Anyway, if you put the thing at the top, it makes all the difference in the world. It makes all the difference in the world, they say. I think if I put it up 10 more feet and I move that to the other end of the line, I think I'm going to see even better results than I'm seeing now, maybe another 50 to 100 miles out. So just crazy stuff. And the other neat thing is when there's stuff going on locally, it picks up helicopters that are literally only 50 or 100 feet off the ground. And I'm still picking them up, 30 miles from the shack. So this is the other thing. This is looks like the sheriff's department plane might have just took off. Let's see. Nope, that's a mosquito control district plane. Just took off. They're both of them are headquartered out of the same place down here. And he took off and he's heading down the river now. It's going to spray something. I don't like that spray, but I hate mosquitoes even more. So we'll just leave it there. Okay, so there you go. I just wanted to show you guys that. Again, we've already done a whole show on it. And there's links to that show, as well as links to everything you need to know in the email. And you guys can find that there so that you can get to look at it. And I'm going to pull something right over here. And let me switch my screen capture here. I'm actually getting pretty good at this on the fly. Let's see here. There we go. This is going to be the our webpage. And if you go to newsletters, I want you guys to see this on the webpage. If you go to newsletters, here's our newsletter right here. And the latest newsletter is always on top. It does take a minute to load. I'm going to have to start splitting this page down. But you can see I've got all the newsletters going back on here. It does take a minute to load. But you can pull this up and take a look anytime you want at one of these newsletters. The neat thing on here is you can actually save it. Once it downloads here, you can print it or you can save it a copy for yourself. It's all right there. Anyway, in this week's edition of the newsletter, there is where is it at? Here it is. Try something new. It's all right here. Everything you need to know for the build it yourself or buy it all. I suggest if you want really good results, just go ahead and buy it. I mean, you're talking $29.95, $79, and $39. By the way, when you buy the antenna, make sure you get the one that's for the right frequency. This one that I actually copied in here is slightly off frequency. There's actually one they make for 1090 megahertz. So you want to make sure you get that one. Anyway, there's all the information you need. This is the show that we did on this, and there's all the info there. I'd love to see more people get into this. This is so cool. And it's so easy, and you can see these are all different things I captured just today on here. There's the med flight taken off from the hospital, and you'll see the sheriff's chopper go out. When the fair was in town, they'd have a chopper circling that fair for 3 or 4 hours, and it would look like somebody just scribbled 1,000 lines in a circle around and around and around. It was crazy. And then we're going to go through all the rest of this in the second half. So let's just save that for that. But anyway, so let's see. We've got a few more people in. I don't know why I'm not seeing anybody tonight. I don't know what I got to do here. There we go. Okay, there we go. I can see people now. All right, we got Jason and Dave in, and we got Chris and Rick and Period. What's up, Period?
Hello, Dot.
And Dot. Oh, it's it Dot. We're calling him Dot. Dot. What's up, Dot? And yeah, so it's a short crowd tonight. I don't know what's going on, but that's all right. You know, our viewer counts are going up, and a lot of people are watching what we do the next day. Friday nights are just not a good night, but I refuse to step on someone else's net. So this is the night I have. Anyway, so let's go back. Tonight, what we're going to basically do is we're going to look at all the websites that are associated with amateur radio. And there is a bunch of them. There is a lot of them. We're not going to get through all of them tonight, of course, but what we're going to kind of do this round robin. I know this is a little crazy. What I'm going to do is we're each going to pick a website. If you want to, you don't have to. I'm not going to call on you, but if you got a website that you want to show us, give us a quick little explainer of what it does, maybe even a quick tour if you want to do a screen capture. If not, I'll capture it on my end and show it. But I would like to get each of you tonight to show us your 3 or 4 or 5 favorite websites that you use for ham radio. Now, we're widening this out to anything used for ham radio, okay? It can be anything from Aries to other technology that's radio that's outside the ham bands. I really don't care. Anything that's ham radio, I'm using that as a wide shotgun approach. So I don't want anybody to say, well, I didn't think that was going to count, because I don't really care what it is. If it's anything close to ham radio, then that's good enough. I've got about 30 or 40 of them here. So and if I get one of yours, or if someone repeats, or if I repeat, just say, hey, that's a repeat. I don't think that'll happen. But then again, my memory's gotten so bad. Who knows? I'm not even sure. Am I doing a show right now? What am I doing? So anyway, yeah. Who am I? What am I? Where am I?
You may wind up being president of the United States.
Yeah. It don't take much anymore. All right, let's see here. The first thing I would like to start with, I guess I'll go ahead and start. I'll do a couple that I have here that are weather related, and I'm going to go pretty quick because a lot of you guys already know these websites. And what I'm going to do is each time we do a website, I'm going to copy and paste it over in the chat room. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is Mike's weather page. You guys know this one. This is oh, look at this. Dun, dun, dun. We actually have what's forecast to be by morning a tropical storm that's going to hit northeastern Mexico, I guess you could call it. And it's going to end up the right side of the storm will affect Brownsville. Not going to be that big of a deal, though. Only 35-mile-an-hour winds, not expected to strengthen very much, I don't think. The models were not even finding Genesis on this yesterday afternoon. So I really don't think there's going to be that much here. But let's take a quick peek. Something you can do on here. You go up to that top corner. Did you guys see where I went? A little sneaky. Up here, top corner. These are your models.
No, we're not seeing your page.
Not seeing that.
You're not seeing the page.
You're not sharing.
Let me share it again. Hold on. There. Let's try that. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. This is Mike's weather page. And you can see here we've got a storm out there. It's going to, that's the one I was just talking about. I just want to show you. But this is Mike's weather page. Mike's weather page is the #1 place. And I know I sound like one of the ads I play on the radio. It's the #1 place. But this literally is the #1 place to go find all of this in one spot. The active storm is always in this column right here. The active season is in this column right here. And then Mike's personal stuff's over here, like his Twitter and his Facebook and all that. And then over here is just general links. But anyway, when you're looking on the page here, these 4 links up here are my favorite. I go here every day almost. You click on that and it shows you the GFS model. You guys always hear these people talk about, what are these models they're always talking about? Model this and model that. I used to do model airplanes. Anyway, what it is basically, these computers try to extrapolate what's going to happen in the future. And so I'm going to run this model. You can see up here at the top that we're starting out at 18 Zulu, which is going to be just a few hours ago, about 5 hours ago. And we're going to run it forward. That's today's date. So I'm going to use my arrow keys, my left and right arrow keys on my keyboard to just advance it forward. And notice each time we go forward, there's 1800, midnight, 06. So we're going on, whatever, roughly 4, 6, 8 hour increments whenever they run it. And you can see here the lows and the highs, and you kind of see what's going on out there. And as we go forward, notice it does not really pick up any Genesis on that system. It never really picks it up. It doesn't do anything with it. So that's the GFS. It doesn't like that system. Let's go ahead and run it forward and see if it picks up anything else. Okay, it did pick up a low pressure system coming across the intertropical. And it's also wanting to form one here south of Cuba. That's interesting. This is really hot this time of year over here, right here. And then as we get into September, you want to look more towards over here. All right, so let's okay, see, it disappeared. What that means is it did not find Genesis there. It does not think it's going to form into a stronger storm. But that one out in the intertropical is holding on. Yeah. And remember, I don't know if I've told.
This is the time of the year.
Yeah, I think I've told you guys before. I have a little rule of thumb, okay? And this is something that I think is pretty cool. I'm going to try to annotate this. I have a problem with this sometimes, but I'm going to try to annotate this. Let's see if I can do it here. I think I can do it like this. No. Okay, that's not what I wanted. See what I mean? Every time I try to do something with it, I just want to draw. Just let me draw. Okay, draw. When a storm comes across, this is the intertropical convergence zone right here. And I'm going to do it in a better color. When the storms come across here, okay, you never know where they're going to go at this point. This is the top of the Windward Islands up here. This is 15 north, 20 north. It's right about here. If these storms are below this top island right here, when they get here, if they're below that island, when they reach this point, it's a Florida, Gulf of Mexico storm. If it's above that point, it tends to always want to run above the islands here. And it tends to be an East Coast Florida storm and an East Coast US storm. If it runs up even further up here, then of course you guys know it turns out and it becomes a fish storm. But if it comes up here and it's above this, like this, it ends up, going up and affecting depending on what the winds prevail up in that. But if it's down here and it comes in below that island, we see it hug these islands, and then from there, Who knows? It could go anywhere. So this time of year, it's always really good to watch this part of it. I mean, I don't know. Where do I clear this? Clear.
Ian, something to note, I believe both Irma and Donna were exceptions to that. I think they went north of the islands and wound up in this area. You
Yeah.
look that up.
Yeah, no, and it doesn't hold firm. It's usually about 80% accurate. So you just have to watch. But my point being here, this one looks like the models want the model. Notice they're not strengthening it. It's 1,010 millibars. So
Yeah,
it's not strengthening. I'm going to get out of this and see if I can go back over to here and get this to run. And so, and notice it kind of washes it out, tries to find it again, kind of washes it. Little bit of Genesis, but really there it's starting to see something here. Again, just above that island, it's going to be an East Coast storm. There's Genesis. We're now down below 1,000 millibars of mercury. And you can see there that, look at that, 972. That could easily be a Cat 1 hurricane right there.
Oh, easy.
Cat 2 at 967. That could be a 2, even a week 3. So we've got the potential for that to be a East Coast storm. Let's see what the Euro does. So we X out of this and we go back to this page and we go to the Euro. The Euro is actually the best performing model. I only can say that because the other Dave's not here. But let's see what it does with this storm. Where does it bring it to? Does it do anything with it?
Where is Dave?
I don't know. Haven't heard from him. Look what
Hope
it
he's
does
right.
with it. It brings it all the way up and out and makes it into a fish storm. But behind it, it shows another one.
Yeah.
So that's something to watch right there. That'd be something to watch. And then the last one I normally run is the CMC, which is another fairly good performing model. It sometimes gets Genesis where the others don't. And yeah, it brings that low across and it brings it right on that island that I was talking about. And then it washes it out over Haiti. But behind it, it picks up a category, could be close to a category 1 hurricane by there. 995, 996, 993. I mean, we're a strong tropical storm right there. But it looks like it's wanting to take it north all of a sudden there in the last few frames. I don't know. Well, anyway, we'll watch all that. I don't want to nerd out too much because some of you guys are like, oh God, he's freaking doing hurricanes again. I hate when he does hurricanes. This guy, he just goes on and on like he thinks he knows what he's talking about. Anyway, that's Mike's hurricane page. And that's your tropical update for tonight. And I got it all done in one swath. Any questions or anything on hurricanes or Mike's weather page? All right, very good. Moving on. The second one I'm going to present tonight that I really like is one of my very favorite websites in the whole world, spaceweather.com. And if you guys read the newsletter, you'll find that a lot of the stuff comes from spaceweather.com. And look at that. That's a beautiful picture right there. We just got hit by a coronal mass ejection. Did you guys feel it? Yeah, you're not supposed to, so it's cool. The CME hit Earth's magnetic field on the 19th, which for most of us is today. And it was just a little while ago, sparking a G1 class or fairly minor geomagnetic storm. But there's other CMEs on the way, so we're gonna have to see what happens. There was all those sunspots all at one time, and they were all kind of hitting at one time, and they were firing from different spots. So NASA really doesn't have like a total idea of exactly what's going on with all these CMEs because there's just so many of them. All right, the red auroras in Australia. Isn't that beautiful? Those were auroras in the middle of the night. That's not a sunset. Freaking crazy. If you guys, one thing I love about this website is the real-time aurora gallery. I literally come here every couple of days and check out the latest pictures of the auroras. I think the aurora borealis is probably one of the coolest phenomenons on the planet. Anyway, other than that, this last thing down here on space weather that you can follow, and there's usually Star Trek stuff down here. This balloon, these kids send this balloon up. They're called Earth to Sky Calculus. They send these balloons up into space, testing the atmosphere. And then, but they send up like a Mr. Spock doll or something, and then they sell that for $300, and that covers the balloon ride. That's really cool if you think about it. And they sell all kinds of different jewelry and different things, and it all goes up into space. They certify it, you get a certification. So I thought it was really cool. I like to follow their work, and I read what they do. That's spaceweather.com, and that's also the source of a lot of our space weather on our website. All right, who has the next website they'd like to present to us tonight? Y'all are gonna make it tough on me, aren't you?
I found one that was kind of interesting a couple of weeks ago. It's called repeaterbuilder.com. It's repeater-builder.com. As the ad around here says, don't leave out the dash. But
I hate when somebody gets the better domain name. All right. Yeah, I think I got it. Let's see here. I'll pull it up for you. There we go.
I haven't read through this thing, but there's a lot of stuff in here about, converting the older equipment, GE and Motorola stuff over for even for 220, 6 meters. And
okay, I got that one in the chat room. And I'll get these other couple in there too. Well, that's pretty cool, because there is a lot of older equipment out there that's just sitting
around, which is really better than what you could get in the usual ham radio marketplace. I mean, your old GEs and Motorola's. This has got some of the descriptions of some of your older equipment. As well as I think I was able to find service manuals on some of the older ICOM and Kenwood and Yaesu gear. So there's a lot of stuff on this. I don't know when, he's the guy that started it, I think passed away, but you still got a lot of information on here about repeaters.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm going to go ahead for those of you in the chat that are looking in the chat room, I am pasting in the links that we've gone over already, so you can see those and save them to your button bar, whatever browser you use. Hopefully you use a good browser and not like Edge or something.
That's an awful browser.
Yeah, Edge is really a bad browser. And you'd think they'd learn after Internet Explorer was the worst browser for so many years. But they don't. Anyway, I suggest Opera. If you like Chrome, Opera is like Chrome, but without all the tracking bullcrap. Yep. And then Brave is another good one. There's some great browsers out there. And use your toolbar. Notice, I think you guys can see this. Notice up here, I got all my little websites up here. I got all my websites up here, and I go to any of them I want instantly. It's really cool. All right. So there's Rick's. I got that in there if you want. And Netscape, is Netscape browser still around?
I don't think so.
I was using Netscape
years ago.
Oh my God. In
I
the late
remember Browser
90s?
Wars.
Yeah.
Remember those Browser Wars?
Not really, no. I don't. What was that about?
That was all. It started with Internet Explorer and Netscape fighting it out, which Netscape won. Everybody was ditching Internet Explorer, like
Wow.
they still do. And this is like right after Windows 95. So the rest of that decade, they had some big bad wars.
Does it bother anybody that Microsoft has yet to make a worthwhile browser?
Well, I can tell you, Internet Explorer was kind of like a big blob of baling wire held together by bandages. It always had security holes and always had problems.
Yeah, it was always like telling me I was in trouble and something was about to ruin my computer. And what you find out was it was just literally it was a hypochondriac. Anyway, all right, so that's that. That's that. Who's got the next website they'd like to share with us tonight?
Well, if you're into digital stuff,
We're into anything.
let me see if I can
Well, almost anything.
cut and paste it. I've been doing a lot of that lately. Excuse me. This guy.
Here, real quick, before we do that, let me just show something else real quick here. Just give me a second. This is yeah, it says AOL has ended the support for Netscape, but you can still get the Netscape browser, and the link is in the chat room. So if anybody's interested in that, the link is in the chat room. It was put in by bracket guy or the I guy, whatever you want to call him this week. And thank you for doing that.
15 years ago. Good grief.
Yeah, I remember Netscape. I used to use it. I liked it. Even
Oh,
back
yeah.
then, I couldn't stand the Microsoft product at all, and I ended up using. I think one of the first browsers I ever used was Netscape. Okay, let's get back to Chris. Go ahead, or who was it?
I just put
Dave.
one
Dave.
in.
Okay, all right. I'm pulling that up now, and I'm sharing. Okay, there we go. Amateur radio notes.
It's about learning all the digital stuff. This guy took notes as he learned it all.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty good.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's, come on, your wife can give you more square feet than that.
Near the water heater yet.
What this looks like the intake for the air conditioner here or something.
Yeah, and the water heater on the right.
And a water heater. Looks like a ream. And my dad was a plumber, I'm sorry. And yeah.
Hey, that's a good water heater.
There you go. That's interesting. But yeah, well, that's pretty cool. He's got, yeah, look at that. This is great. This looks like a lot more straightforward than some of the other stuff you find out there.
It is. He seems to know what he's doing. Last one.
High star. There we go. Yeah. So, okay, there you go, guys. This it's all right here. And you guys got it. The link is in the thing. And it's called Amateur Radio Notes. And you can pick what you want to read your notes on, and it will bring you to that section. And then you just go on down, and there you go. It's all right there. That is really cool.
He goes really deep too.
It's so cool. I'm going to drag it down here and put it in my button bar. And then I just erase the name and hit save. And now there it is. It's right there. And when I hover over it, it'll tell me what it is. But anyway, yeah, I saved that. That's right there. Okay. And that one's also in the chat room. Okay. Next one up is
SpaceNet 1.
There we go. And it's coming up now. You can tell us about that. Go ahead.
And you can see the Echolink stuff on, and this will give you information on listening to launches and stuff and things that go on with the ISS. And then you move on to, which I don't think I have saved, YouTube has a whole channel, so you can watch it live and listen to it live. And they've been, I mean, they got like 6 more launches to do in the next couple of weeks. It's just,
wow.
at a WinLink one.
I knew he worked there. I knew this guy worked there.
Georgie.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty cool. I like this. I sometimes when the space station's doing the ISS or the SSTV, and they're sending down those images, I'll take this and put it up on one of my big screens so I can watch when they're coming.
Yeah.
This thing's pretty cool. You can take this thing right here, put this on any one of your screens, then just hit that button and you've got a full screen space station tracker, just like that. And it shows you where it's going to be 1.5 hours from now and where it was 1.5 hours ago. And the green is the general amount of space of distance you're going to still get some kind of signal. So if you're using a good disc cone antenna that's up 30 feet or so, you'll probably get that green line. But if you're out standing in your yard under an oak tree with a bow fang trying to get that, you're probably not going to quite get that green line. But anyway, that just to show you guys, this is really cool. I do this a lot with my, like I said, when I have reason to. I don't just track those guys for the hell of it. I let NASA take care of that. But anyway, yeah, that's a cool website. All right, and let's see. There's one more here.
One more.
Skyhub Link.
This is a linking system. I think it's based in Colorado, but they have connections and nets all over the place, and you can just go and check into their nets and stuff. That's just one. I've got like 4 or 5 of systems like this, and it tells you how each type of digital mode to check in, and like talk group or a YSF number or D-star reflector, stuff like that. And that's one of the good ones.
Wow. There's a lot of digital nets. It's because it connects so many more people.
It does. And I've checked into a lot of them. The last thing I didn't put up there is called the Fusion Net. And I think it's the fusionnet.org. That is the funnest net I've ever been on. I mean, they do trivia, which I thought was a lot of fun. They did presidential trivia the other night. They just a bunch of crazy. Yeah, that's a bunch of crazy guys that have fun. And there's a way that also to see. There's your numbers right there. And there's a PDF file that you can download somewhere on that net that tells you exactly how to connect your equipment up.
That is really cool.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, let me get that one in the chat room here. All right, guys, there's this one. And yeah, we're going to do WebSDR next. Oh, I swear I just saw lightning outside.
I think there's some stuff up toward Arcadia.
Those guys are a lot of fun. And if you check in 10 times in a row, you get a free membership for life to their website.
Oh, wow.
Where there's all kinds of better stuff, apparently. I'm on check-in number 5, so.
That's neat. I love to see that people are doing stuff like this to keep things going. Oh, they got a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, there appears to be some religious overtone to it because of that Bible fellowship there. It doesn't bother me or anything, but
That don't bother me.
I mean, they don't do anything religious at all. Certainly not.
Yeah, that's fine. I ain't got no problem with that. I'm very spiritual. I'm just not very into too many of the actual religions.
Yeah.
But I'm so cool with people doing their thing. All right, let's go Fusion. Let's see here. Let's go to this one. This is one of my favorite websites of all time.
I use this every week.
Yeah, and if somebody wants to come in and talk about this, you're welcome to. This was submitted by the I guy. And or girl, I guess I get in trouble for that. The I human.
The it human.
This is one of my favorite websites. What's really cool about this is you can take this website and take something called cable, virtual cable, and you can take your browser and connect it through virtual cable over to whatever program you're using. You can actually go in here and go to the FT8 channel anywhere in the world and pull up your FT8 program and decode the FT8.
That's cool.
You can go to the SSTV channel in Europe. They use it a little more than we do over there. And you can leave it on for an hour or two until it shuts itself down and see what pictures you get. You can put it on digital modes and decode digital modes with it. You can put it on anything. It's basically like an internet radio. Well, let me go back. It's an internet radio. It's really cool. What I like about it is, let's say you only want North American stations and you only want ones that work on, well, let's say 2 meters, which is a lot less. There's your 4 receivers that you can use to see if you could hear your VHF station. What I've done with this before is I'll go to 20 meters and I'll find a station that's, whatever. If one hop is about 1,000 miles, I'll go find somewhere out here, and I'll go to that particular one and I'll hit it, and then I'll pull that right up, and there's your radio, and you can set it for whatever frequency you want to set it for. We're going to go to, you can set it for 20 meters. Do I have to click something here? There we go. All right, there we go.
37225.
37225.
I have a friend that runs a nut on, whoops, not, you forgot your decimal point. There you go. No.
It doesn't like that. That's not in band, is it?
They're
37.
on 10 meters.
3.7.
You need to go over and hit 80 meters. first.
3.725.
Yeah.
Go over and hit your 80 meter button.
There you go.
You'll be on the right band. I actually use this just about every week. This actual receiver.
There you go. Is there a net?
Yeah, there's a net that I meet with a bunch of guys up in Atlanta every week on Thursday night.
Yeah. And then what you do is you go to your media, you go to your sound manager and you right click on your little speaker, and you go to sounds. And no, hold on. Right click on your little speaker, speaker setup, sound settings, open sound settings. Then when you're in sound settings, you're going to get this right here. If you have cable set up, you simply just route whatever browser you're using into your cable input like that. And now I've just routed it into my cable input. And then over on for like you guys, I can now send that to you on cable input. And here, I'll go back over here now to the meeting. Actually, I'm going to do it on Manicams. Let's see here. I'm going to add cable, and then I'm going to turn it up. Let me find it here. Weird that didn't work. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you guys should hear that, right? You hear it now?
Don't hear anything.
Nope.
Interesting. It shows that it's going out. I don't know.
Mute.
Anyway, yeah, I can go over here and do it this way, but then you guys won't hear me anymore. But
I like it.
Yeah, probably. Everybody would love that, right? Let's see here. Why I'm kind of locked up here. Okay. Audio source. If I do this right here, you guys will be able to hear it.
I just heard something. just total, just a bit of noise. I know what it sounds like.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you fine, but I don't hear any sound from the radio.
It's weird because it shows that it's going out on everything I have here. It shows it's going out. Let me make sure that you're receiving me on.
Believe it or not, I just used this thing last night, so I know it works.
Yeah, and I'm getting my Manicam is my microphone. So me, that's me right there. And then this should be the radio right there. That is so weird that it's not working. I'll have to deal with that.
You got some kind of,
Yeah, I mean, that's weird. That's weird. I don't know why. It's showing the levels. That's what's weird about it. It's here, I'll show you. Look at this. It's showing the level from the radio. And
yeah,
it's showing me. It's showing it. Look at that.
but you're just not getting the sound from the
It's not
radio.
muted. It's not muted.
It's like there's a pot somewhere that needs to be cranked up just to hear it.
Yeah, I don't understand it. But anyway, it doesn't matter at this point because I'm just showing you the website. This is a great website if you want to just explore radio. What I like to do is, like, let's say you're up at 2 in the morning and there's not much going on. You can go back to that page again and you can start exploring radios on the other side of the world. Let me show you what you can do. Let's say you want 20 meters and let's say you don't care where. Now you can scroll down all the way to the bottom. And guess what? You get a map.
Oh, how about that?
Yep. And so you can actually zoom in and find the station that you want to hear. If you want to hear this one, you click it and it brings the link up and you can go right from there.
You're doing things with this I've never seen done before.
Yeah, I like it. Like I said, you can do this with just about any of them. You just go to the map. I use the map more than anything because I know where my signal is that I'm wanting to hear, you know, and I go to the map because that kind of shows me where I need to look for. If I want to, you know, the Hawaii station's right here. If you want to see if you can reach Hawaii, what you can do is you go to this station, you put your ears on and you go to your radio and you just get on there. KO4 EFS radio test. As long as you say radio test, you're allowed to make short radio test broadcasts.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
You're allowed to do that. And you're not calling anybody else. You're not delineating any important information or anything. You're just testing your radio and you're allowed to do that. And you can just get on there and test it and see if you hear yourself in Utah or see if you hear yourself in Hawaii or whatever. It's a real cool way to
Check your antenna.
Exactly. And it's really neat when you can hear yourself, you know, from thousands of miles away and you're hearing it back over the internet with like a second or two delay. You've got the speed of light delay of it getting there and then the speed of the internet delay plus buffering to get back.
Yeah.
So it could be anywhere from 2 to 10 seconds later.
Hey, before you
Yeah.
move on from that page, lower right-hand corner says if you aren't hearing audio. Is that important?
Well, it shouldn't be because I was receiving audio on that one. I could hear it in here. So I had already clicked that button on that one we were listening to. This is another one here. I don't know why it's all off the page like that. That's weird. It's literally off the page. It's because they've got this. So why is that coming up over there? That's weird.
Java.
Yeah, fucking Java. All right. So, but anyway, there you go. This is Web SDR, one of my favorite websites. And there's so many cool things you can do with this. Anything you can do with your local radio, you can do with this. You can decode anything. You can listen to you know, whatever you want. It's really cool. So definitely something worth checking out. And let me put this back down here and stop my screen share. Yeah, that's definitely something that the web SDR, and thanks for suggesting that, the web SDR. All right, let's see. There was another one here. Long Island CW Club.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I tried changing the mic in Zoom. That's what I was doing was I even changed it at one point directly to what I was sending out, and it didn't, you guys couldn't hear it. So it was weird, but I could change it to my headphones and I could hear it. So we're gonna figure it out. This guy's pretty good. I like this guy. The guy that's in this video, this guy here. I watch a lot of his videos. He's really good. I don't even know his name. But I will figure it out for you guys. Give me just a second here. This is his page, Ham Radio Crash Course. But this guy's really good. And I'm just literally doing this on the fly because I saw him come up. This guy's videos are great. And he's doing what I'm doing. He's technically competition, but I don't care because he's really good and you guys should watch his stuff. All right. Anyway, that's Ham Radio Crash Course. And you can find him on YouTube. Actually, I can copy that and I will put his channel in the chat room. I'm going to save this chat room and publish it next week.
Yeah, make sure you save it.
Yeah, I
I'm not
definitely
taking
will.
notes tonight.
Yeah, it saves me a copy of it, and I think I'm going to save it for next week. And put it in the chat, and put it in the either put it where you guys can get it, or I'll just put it in the newsletter. Sometimes I just throw things in the newsletter because that's the best thing to do. Anyway, this guy's really good here. I got to get this. This screen is the wrong size and it gets all garfed up here. And I'm trying to get it down now and I can't get it to do it. God, this is a pain in the ass. Multi-screens is awesome, but it brings up so many problems. And this is one of the problems you have with multi-screens is your screen doesn't fit. My desktop
size screens, it'll drive you crazy.
This is the only one that does it. All my other ones are correct, but this one screen, it's actually, I can't see the outside 1/4 inch all the way around. And so it makes it, I have to bring my windows down in size a little bit so that they fit on the screen and I can use the back button and whatever. Okay. So anyway, this was the one that was sent to us here. Yeah, he says it's the easiest way to learn CW on the next one here. This one here. Yeah. Anyway, this is a good one here. Long Island CW Club.
Yeah.
This is I guess they do
CW instruction. And that's one of the best ones around.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. For those of you who want to learn Morse code. I have an aversion to Morse code. Because Morse code's what kept me out of ham radio for 25 years. So I don't really care about Morse code, but I do for the sake of this net. And thank you for sharing that with us. And I've got that in there. Okay, the next one we want to go over is this one was also submitted. Oh, I already got that one, I guess. Okay, yeah, that one's been submitted several times. That's cool. We got that one. All right. That's where I'm at. So if anybody has another one that they want to do, you can give it to me or you can put it in the chat room. Go ahead, Rick.
Okay, here's QRPer.com. QRPER.com. You like to tinker with small radios and go out in the middle of nowhere and operate them and throw up antennas and that kind of thing. That's what that's about. And they review QRP radios and all that good stuff. There you go.
There's the website. And let's see what we got here. Let me blow it up just a little bit more so that you guys might be able to read some of it.
Here.
There we go. You know, I've noticed people that like fishing, like QRP.
Really?
And people like me that can't stand fishing don't really do a lot of QRP either because we're the impatient folks in the world. No, I think it's really cool. I'm probably going to get into it at some point because you can do it with anything. You don't have to buy a QRP radio. Most radios will turn down the one water. 5
sometimes
watt.
I operate just by turning this TS 590 down to 5 watts. And I've done a bunch of, well, I was on this afternoon with the slow speed, the slow speed test net. Well, it's not really a net. It
Wow.
just runs every Friday afternoon. But with this hex beam, man, I'm just contacting all over the place. Don't need to run any more power.
This is a neat website. They've got all kinds of stuff in here, all kinds of
Oh
equipment and
yeah, that's
everything.
the wonderful thing
Uh,
about QRP. You got more fun little gadgets and things you can get and build, and that's
Well-
another thing. It's a lot. If you like to build, this is the great kind of thing to get into.
They even have an FT8 category.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't have to do CW to do QRP.
There's you an FT8 rig using what is that, a cell phone? And wow, look at
Oh,
that.
cell phone. That looks like an Aircraft KX3. Yeah, I guess he is using a cell phone. Yeah, no reason you
That's
can't
that's
do
the waterfall in the
Yeah.
screen right there. Holy crap.
it. Oh yeah,
Well, there you go.
you don't necessarily have to have full size computer to do this stuff. That's the Lab 599.
And what's neat about this QRP stuff is it is a lot cheaper.
Oh heck yeah.
I've heard a lot about these mag loops. I've never tried one.
That.
That looks nothing like a phaser.
Yeah.
I love his little dark box.
Yeah, they
That's
come
the
up with
worst
more
problem. You go down to
crazy
the beaches.
ideas.
Yeah, well, you go down to the beach or something and you've got your laptop. You don't take into consideration that you're not going to be able to see that thing when you get down there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
dark box. That's a great idea. I never saw that before either.
that is a great idea. I have a little dark box that you can use so you can see your damn screen. That's
Yeah.
well, this is cool. I literally just I clicked the FT8 category and just ran down the page.
Oh yeah, you
Well,
spend hours on this site alone.
All right, well, let me go back here and get the main website here and put it in the chat room. All right, and I think I got another couple here. Let's see. We've got Parks on the Air. Of course, I've joined this. Most of you probably already have joined this and know about Parks on the Air. But Parks on the Air is great. I think everybody kind of knows how Parks on the Air worked. Is there anybody that would like me to explain it real quick?
You got parks on the air, you got summits on the air, you got lighthouses on the air too, I believe.
Yeah, go
Yep.
ahead. Give me a quick rundown.
Okay, Parks on the Air is basically where any ham anywhere that wants to can go to any park that's on the list, normally federal or state parks. And you go to any park that's on the list and you set up at a picnic table or wherever you want. And it's called activating the park, and you try to get as many contacts as you can. I think once you get 10, you're considered to be accomplished at that point. And a lot of people try to activate as many parks as they can in one day. And they'll go to a park and set up, get their 10, drive to the next one, set up, get their 10. Others will go to a park and just work it till they get tired and go home. But either way, when you get your 10, you've considered to be activated. That park is done. It's been activated.
NAGU here in Fort Myers is the big guy on that, but he's out of town right now. But yeah, that's his stock and trade.
Yeah, I know the other club, FMARC, does have someone that's actively doing POTA, and get with him and he'll help you get started. I'd love to see you guys get going on that. I actively answer POTA people when I hear them, both on voice and on FT8 or FT4 or wherever I'm at. If I hear a POTA, I give them priority usually because I want to go ahead and get them and get them locked in, you know.
Pretty like this show outside.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. My wife says we're having a pretty good lightning show outside. I believe it.
Oh.
I can see it flickering on the cameras over
So
here.
I'll take a look at the weather radar and see what's going on. We don't want any sneak up storms here.
Oh, she said something's going up on Bayshore Road there. They got the road blocked off and everything up by the pizza place. Anyway, let's see here. The next thing. But yeah, that's pretty much Parks on the Air. And you sign up with them, and that way, and they'll actually track your logins and stuff. Let's see if I don't know if I've got my sign in here or not. Let's see here. Let's see if I can sign in. Look at that. It let me sign in. And then I can go and I can pull up my hunter log and look at all the ones I got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now I've never actually, I'm a hunter. I'm not what would the other one be? An activator, I guess. I wanted to say a hunter gatherer, but that doesn't work. I was a hunter, meaning that I'm somewhere else and I'm calling the park or the park's calling me. If you're at the park, then you would be the activator and you would be trying to get 10 activations. And I'm going to so is there anybody else that does more of this than me that would like to explain it better than I did? Okay, I guess I did okay. Either that or it sucked so bad nobody knew what I was talking about. But over here, you can upload your logs. You can, if you're an activator, you can see all the different activations you've done, your awards. You can see if you've won any awards. And it shows you the different people that have won different awards anyway. But it's all in here, and that is called POTA, or Parks on the Air. And there's also one called WOTA now. And you're not going to believe this, but there's actually one called WOTA now, and that's Walmart on the Air. And
Ew.
I'm not lying to you. Get this. They actually get together. They have a website. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I can find it, but
Does that include Sam's Clubs?
I don't know. I guess it would. But anyway, they actually activate parking lots. And you want to hear the funniest part is activators are called associates. And which I thought was a great touch. Oh, I'm gonna see if I can find some, because you guys think I'm full of shit right now.
And
Well, as long as Walmart pays for it.
I don't think they have anything to do with it. I think it just happens in their parking lot. Yeah, here it is, Wamplota. Walmart parking lots. See, you guys thought I was full of shit, didn't you?
No, I'm surprised.
This guy's nuts. Oh, look, he found a website to confirm his lunacy. But yeah, there you go. There's if you guys want to do Wamplota, it's Walmart on the Air.
What they ought to do is go inside with the phone and take a picture of some of the crazy people and where they're dressed and put it out on SSTV.
See, they do it in July. It's in July, so that way even the North Walmarts can do it. And yeah,
July 2nd,
the
birthday of Walmart.
Yep. Yeah, it's the birthday of Walmart, when Sam Walton opened the first store in Rogers, Arkansas in 1962. Here's all the awards and the rules, and it's all right here. I'll tell you what, I'll put that link in there for you guys, because I would like the tech team to officially get involved in WOTA. There you go. There it is.
Like I said, I'll have to
that's right. Let me go back. I want to show you guys back on the Parks on the Air site. I want to show you guys, let's see here, the spot map. Where's it at? This map right here shows you, it's on the map I'm looking for. It's already there. This spot map shows you the people that are activating right now. And it gives you a great idea of where they're at and all that kind of stuff. Now, I don't know how to do it on here. I don't know if you can do it on here or not. God bless. On the app, you can make it give them to you in lines, which is a lot easier than this stupid format here. But these are all the parks that are activated right now. You can see that the Sequoia National or the Sequoia State Park in Oklahoma is activated right now. It's activation number 7260. And it'll tell you, or no, that's the frequency. I'm sorry. He's on 40 meters on 7.260. And sometimes it'll tell you he's on 6 through 160. Well, that really narrows it down there, buddy. Thanks.
Spread spectrum operation, I guess. Is
Yeah,
all right.
160 to 60. Well, I won't try you on the VHF. Anyway, yeah,
DC to
20
daylight.
and 40. I like when they give you, I don't know why they're not doing it that much, but I like when they give you a set freak like that.
That helps. 14074, so you know that's a digital mode.
Actually, yeah, that's going to be FT8. Yeah, 7.4 is FT8, 8.0 would be FT4. And 14.330, I think that's obviously a voice frequency, 20 meters.
Boy, that's wide bend.
I don't know why some people give frequencies, and I guess some are just surfing. 7, 14, whatever. I don't know. Haven't figured it out yet. But yeah, anyway, so you can actually go through here and shop people to call. And the one thing I found about this, I always have a hard time finding people to talk to on sideband. This is one of my two methods that I can actually find people to talk to on sideband. The other is contesting. So this is a great way to go to a frequency and know who's out there and call them and get a POTA contact and put it in your logbook. All right. Anything else on that or on the WOTA?
I got another site for you to look at.
Okay, yeah, because he wanted me to click on spots. I did that. All right, I think I got everything up to here. You've also got SOTA or summits on the air. This is a good one too. There's not a lot of those around my neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think I've walked to Florida's highest summit. I think I drove to Florida's highest summit. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, anywhere like up in the mountains and stuff, these are great because these guys are way up there. And a lot of times they're QRP, but they're 12,000 feet up on a mountain out west somewhere. So you could still get them on FT8 or something. It's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm surprised the number of these remote operators that are starting to come up on digital modes now. So that's pretty cool. All right. I'm looking to see if I've missed anything else. Oh, wait a minute. I did miss a couple here. F3 FJP. This is for, oh, is this that software for, this is the contesting software.
Yeah, it's logging software. It's good software too.
This is good software for logging. It costs money. It's not a lot. I'll be honest. I'm a cheap ass. And that's why I use N1M, MM plus M plus.
Yeah, I've got N1MM plus here too.
I'm glad you could say that.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, that one too. It's like everything. Does everything have a plus on the end now?
Yeah, except for CNN.
I'm going to change it. This is Southwest Florida TechNet Plus.
Yeah, that might put you off the air. You don't want to do
that. Who knows? Anyway, so yeah, this was a good one. If there's more than one of you, like if you got a small group or even a large group and you're contesting as there's more than one of you contesting and you're using the same call sign.
Yeah.
You have to use. Yeah, you have to use this because the N1MMQ will not necessarily MMN plus will not necessarily do what you need it to do, which is if you and I are working on two bands, when I go to your band later, it's going to remember who you worked. And that's important when you're using the same call sign for like a club competition. Oh my God, I haven't ate dinner yet. It's like I just ate pizza or something. Anyway, all right, let's see here. There was one other one here.
DXSummit.fi.
Okay, we'll do that one next. Keep them in mind. This is another one. that was sent in earlier. Let's see here. This one is easy. Every day is field day.
Really?
Oh, that's cool. It's a portable logger. So this is a great way, like on a tablet. I'll tell you, I got a tablet and I got a portable logger on there, and I haven't used it yet, but I'm thinking it might be easier if you're going to do something really portable. It might be easier just to have a tablet where you can just put down their call sign on there real quick and what mode you were on or whatever. The only bad thing about this, there's no rig connectivity, so you have to put in the frequency and everything. But it is nice to have it in your back pocket in your phone. So if you're driving to work, and I monitor 2-meter call a lot, and I've made contacts that I've logged in my logbook on 2-meter call. If it's simplex, you can log it in your logbook. So why not, right? So that would be good for that too. And it looks like they got it for Mac, Windows, Ubuntu, and Raspbian.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Raspberry Pi, if you can get one.
Yeah. Oh my God. The ones I have now are like coveted all of a sudden. They used to be like everywhere and cheap. Not anymore. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, these links are already in there, so I don't need to worry about that. You guys already got these. All these links are in there, and I will be publishing this list of links later. All right. Getting rid of all these windows. Look what you guys did.
Yeah.
All right. Messing me up.
Yeah.
It's not like I have a system resources issue anymore.
I don't think you'll run out of memory.
You currently have 9999999 available. Okay, let's see here. Oh, look, I want to show you guys something else real quick. Mosquito control is working tonight. Look at that.
Oh, Cape Coral.
Yep. You ever wonder what it looks like when mosquito control's working? Well, there you go.
There you go, man.
There's no way he's drunk. Look at those lines.
Man.
Oh yeah, a cop can't drive a straight line like that. Come on. Of course, that's because they're playing on their computer most of the time. All right. Anyway, let's see. Do I have any more? If you guys have something else.
DXSummit.fi.
Okay, that's right. Let's see.
I'll show you what this, where you bring it up and tell you what it does. This is a
All right.
spotter site.
All right, let's switch back to that.
This is
Our-
my
Go ahead.
this is my favorite for spotting DX stations or something like, and it not the only thing it gets used for. Well, like during the 13 Colonies event back around July 4th, you'd have all these stations that would come on, you know, and you want to try to get them. But and what I would do is watch this site because somebody would spot it and put it on this. You could see where it says my call DX, which would be the station that you want to spot, and then the frequency and whatever info you had. So this is a great way to keep an eye on what DX stations are coming in, or even something that you're looking for in the United States. But somebody spotted on there, and it includes FT8, RIDI. You can see all the different modes. Very handy. If you want to look for, say, you want to look for a VU station, which is India, you just look on there and see if he comes, see if there's anybody on, and try that frequency. You might be able to work India. I haven't tried this yet, but I've worked a bunch. Well, I've worked Brazil and let's see, Belize, Canada, but usually during content, this is also a way, like during contests, you have to usually after you put it in as assisted if you use this. But if you're on a contest and you want to get a particular country or a station, you look for it on here and see if it's come up. This is a real great help for DXers.
I like it.
Yeah.
I do like it. It's really cool.
There's also
And
a starter QRP stations, and I forget what it is, but this is one of my favorites.
yeah, that's a good one too. And I actually have this one. I use this one too. Let's see here.
That's like
Yep.
I wanted to work back in March. I wanted to work a station W5B, which is a commemorative station up in Atlanta to celebrate WSB's 100th anniversary. Well, I didn't know when they were going to be on, so I just watched this site, and when they appeared, I pounced. Was able to work it.
Well, and this brings me to my next one, which is one of my top 5 websites, which is PSK Reporter.
Yeah.
This one's my favorite site because I can do the same thing you just did. Like when I was looking for the 13 colonies, I would put their call sign in right here.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, I think I'm receiving right now. So KO4EFS. And then I put in signals received, sent, last 15 minutes. And it actually shows you all the stations that my radio is hearing right now in the last 15 minutes. Those are all the stations that mine is hearing. I wish it would always leave that clicked, but I don't know why it doesn't. Let's see if this works. There we go. That's all the stations that my station can hear right now. And I to me, this is really useful. I can actually, I've got an HF receiver over here that was donated to me at Kenwood, and I can turn it on and put it on my wire and put it on 40 and put my FT8 on 20 and put them both on PSK Reporter like this. And after about 20 minutes, I come back and I can see exactly where I'm picking up, where I'm hearing on both rigs. It's pretty cool. And it'll show you 2 different colors. It'll be a different color because it's a different band. Is anybody out there right now that's on the net? Is there anybody out there that's reporting PSK data or on FT8 right now? Okay. All right. Because if so, I'd throw you in here and we could see what you're doing. But I could even go and see. I've had it on for I've had it on all day. So I can go back 12 hours and I can see how my rig did through the day. Looks like I made quite a bit of them there. Heard a lot of stations through the day. So yeah, all the yellow lines are ones I confirmed that I was able to actually make contact with. Not contact, but that I actually heard directly. And it draws that line. This big C here kind of shows you where you're where you're getting out. And I don't understand it all exactly, but really cool. I use this mostly. I will set it for the band I'm going to be going to, and I set it for sent or received by anyone. I take out the call sign, make sure that box is blank, and then I put 15 minutes, all modes, go. And now what this shows me is what everybody else in the world is doing on FT8 right now. Why is it not showing connecting lines? I hate that. Oh, because that needs to be on anyone. There we go. There we go. Now, you see how I got that set? 20 meters, signals, sent and received by anyone, blank box, all modes, 15 minutes. Now what I'm looking at is there's the entire planet and all of the 20-meter contacts that's going on right now on the digital modes. So you can see where your long path is. You've got long path going over the top of the planet right here. But this gives you a real good idea what 20's running. Say, oh, that's what 20's running. Maybe I should go to 17. So I'll change it to 17, hit go again. Boom, there's 17. 17 is more of a day band, so it's obviously favoring the daylight right now. So notice all these lines over here by us are all shooting towards the daylight.
Mhm.
And you can do the same thing. We'll go to 15 and you can literally run each band and see what's going on. Again, this is a day band, but it's still getting some activity tonight. The solar's not too good tonight. Solar flux isn't that high and the geomagnetic field is unstable. So it's not a good night for radio. Most bands are closed. So we're surprised I'm kind of surprised we're getting what we're getting. Let's go up and see, is there any magic band going on right now? 6 meters. No, not really. Not a lot of magic band. Oh, wait a minute. Look at that. We got a reflective cloud right in the middle of the country. It's too far away for us. Notice nobody from down here can reach that cloud really. But people over here, I call it a cloud. It's not really a cloud. Reflective, whatever. Ionosphere course crap. But anyway, you can see where everybody here can reach people here. People here can reach people here. People here can reach people here. So what it ends up doing is it shows you exactly where basically where the where the thing is. It's right here. And so what you want to do is go to 6 meters, tune up, and aim your beam directly at the center of this. Aim it for that right there. I'm not trying to be dirty. Aim your beam right to there and hit that spot. And that'll give you the best, because what that'll do is it'll give you a jump and then it'll put your signal up here somewhere. Isn't that cool? I absolutely love Magic Band, because unlike the normal stuff that we just use the normal ionosphere for, you put it up there and it kind of comes down and, yeah, this is a lot more directional. I mean, you can really, you can really see where the reflective surface is. Let me see if I can let me get out of this completely. I got to get completely out of that. All right, let's go here again. Sometimes you can hit a few times and pull up a few extra ones. Yeah, there's definitely an opening there. I don't see another opening anywhere on the planet, though. That's pretty much it. Let's see if they got anything going on over here. Not much. Probably not an opening. Probably just people with powerful radios. But you can see where there's an opening. And it's after dark. This is technically a day band, of course. But we're using that magic stuff. When it's magic, that's awesome. All right, so
can you zoom in enough to see if anybody's on the air in our area?
AC3AV is on. Who is that? Is that somebody we know? Sounds familiar.
We'd be out in Lehigh Acres or someplace. No, actually, that's south of here. That's all.
That's why what's Dave's call sign?
That may be him. That may be what he's doing.
QRZ it?
AC3AV.
I'm trying to do that, but AC3AV. Did I type it wrong? AC3AV.
Yeah.
No, it just wanted you to log in.
That is him. So we caught him. We caught him skipping out tonight on us.
Uh-huh.
6
meters.
Uh-huh. That is him. Yep, that's him. So we busted his ass. He's talking to somebody here. He's talking to somebody up in the Northeast. Way up there.
On Long Island somewhere.
Yeah. Isn't that pronounced Long Island?
Long Island? Yeah.
Long Island. Anyway,
Long Island.
Long Island, we were talking about that on the radio earlier, accents and how some people in some places save up their R's to use later.
Hmm.
All right, so let's go to I usually just use my R's right away. I just use them right away. Like if the word's got an R in it, I just put the R right in the word. Isn't that cool?
That's right. That's right.
Okay, so what we can do now, we got AC4 AV up here. So now we can go all band. This is how you snoop on somebody. Sent and received by call sign AC3AV using all modes for the last 15 minutes. Okay, look, that's all he's got. But then you can go back. What's he done over the last 12 hours? How many radios has he heard from? Whoa, that's quite a bit.
Which website is this now?
This is called
PSK
QR,
reporter.
yeah, PSK reporter.
Right,
I'm going to go ahead and put that in right now for you guys. There, the
That's
links,
cool.
links in the chat room. Yep. All right. So we busted you, Dave. That's cool though. Certainly allowed to do whatever you want. It's free country. Kind of like England used to be. I said that just to piss him off if he's listening. Anyway, all right.
Probably come
All
on now.
right. Yeah, probably come on. I heard that. All right. I said that the Euro was the best model earlier, so that made up for it, right? All right. Let's see what time we got. It's 9:30. Everybody doing
Yeah.
all right out there?
Here we go. Any others?
I'll check. Let's check the progress of mosquito control. Looks like West Cape's getting it now. There'll be a nice little sheen on your windshield in the morning.
Loop-de-loop down there again.
Yep.
They're gonna chase all the damn mosquitoes over here to Fort Myers.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I will say though, they spray everywhere. I used to think they only sprayed the upper class, but no, they spray everywhere.
Yeah, he actually had enough fuel to do all that.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. Now this is a fairly small plane. You can see. Well, it's not. Let's see here.
Is that a DC-3 there is?
It's a Lee County Mosquito Control. It's a Beach TC-128 Huron. I don't know nothing about planes.
That's
But
probably not a very big plane.
Yeah, here, let's do this.
You can click on it, can't you?
Yeah, I did, and it didn't pull up a picture of the plane like it usually does.
80 something.
Undefined.
Let's see.
Yeah.
All right, that's what it looks like. That's about this. Well, that's a little smaller than like a DC-3. That's a little smaller, but not much smaller than like a DC-3. Because they have those out there too. Mosquito.
That's those little puddle jumpers that we used to fly on an airline called Executive. I'd fly to Tampa sometimes, and that's what you'd get on.
Yep. Well, there you go. That's what that one looks like, and it's still doing its thing. Most of the time on this program, it actually pulls you up an image of the plane and shows you that right here on this screen over here. Like, let's pull up this plane. The smaller planes are not as likely to have a photograph. Let's pull up this one. There we go. There's your photographs of the plane. Tells you all about it. It's going from Phoenix to George Bush International in Houston. Now, obviously, with a stop in Florida, but he's going to Miami. I mean, let's look at where he's going. He's going to Miami. Look at these guys. Hey, follow me. Okay, no problem. All right, let's go. Hey, okay, wait up, asshole. All right, so anyway, there's your Boeing 747 right there now.
Oh, yes.
That's a little bigger airplane.
Yep, they're going from Miami to George Bush International to Ted Stevens in Anchorage and then to Czech Lap Kick in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I've
My
been to
God.
George Bush Airport. It's a filthy, dirty, slimy airport.
Makes me glad when I went out there, I went to Hobby instead.
All airports suck in some way. All right. Does anybody have any other websites they'd like to throw in? Throw it right in there. And
I'm trying to rack my brain and think of some more.
yeah, and you guys will get that. Small plane, Naples Airport. I don't know. Who's this down here? Eurocopter Squirrel.
Yes. We'll
Uh,
fly for the
uh,
airport.
Weird.
I
Same
thought that
thing.
thought that might be the sheriff's department, but that's not their primary one they normally use, but they do have a couple of them. But there's a chopper flying around down there. Now I want you guys to see something. That chopper is only 700 feet off the ground, and I'm getting it crystal clear pretty much all the way up here in the shack, way up here. That's 26 miles away. That's the benefit of having the 10 dB gain collinear antenna and having the filter amplifier. Those are the two reasons you have those things, is distance, and then also the ability to pick up local stuff that's near the ground. He landed probably a med chopper, if I had to guess. He's looking for a place to land down there and pick up a body. All right.
Mosquito plane, that's funny.
Yeah, here we go. These are some smaller ones. There's a Spirit airline. I love this thing. I just love it. Look at this guy out here. He's at
What's he doing out there?
35,000 feet. Aircraft is not transmitting its call sign,
It's a pirate airplane.
and it just disappeared.
That's interesting.
It cloaked. Oh no, that's on TV. Okay, let's see here. All right, so
130.
if anybody has any other websites they'd like to show, if not, I do have a couple we can allude to here. Just a couple that I found that have useful, worthwhile information. I thought this one was kind of cool. This one goes all into the bands and all the different things. And it's the DX robot, and it's a cool site to explore. These will light up when there's something going on the bands, and you can see our geomagnetic field is currently in storm. We are storming right now. It's a crazy time right now for the geomagnetic field, because we've got like 6 or 8 sunspots all out there at the same time swirling around.
No?
And they're all releasing energy. Whoever's in, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Right. Okay. Sorry. Am I too quiet?
No,
Trying to get
you're
up my
fine.
finger.
Oh, you're
You
fine.
know,
Oh, okay.
your mic level's good. Go ahead.
Awesome. When you're done with this website, I have another cool one I wanted to show you guys. Not really
Okay.
too ham related, but it's pretty neat.
All right.
I thought you would
We'd love
enjoy
to
it.
see it. Do you want to share it on your screen, or do you want to give me the web address?
I will give you the web address in just a
Okay,
second.
go ahead. All right, whenever you're ready.
It's this pretty cool website called soundraw.io. Sound raw.
Sound raw. I put
yeah.
rod.
That's fine.
There
you go.
Did I put something wrong? RAW. See, did I put R?
That's
Sound raw dot. What's the?
There it is.
There you go.
There it is.
And it's AI generated music. It's actually really cool. Great for example, for what Joseph does with his videos. You can generate all kind of music for basically videos, intros, anything like that if you have a channel or something. I can actually share my screen and I can show you guys how to do it. I don't really know how to share the screen though, so you'll have to explain that.
Well, do you, on your control bar, there should be one there that says share screen. It should be like right in the middle.
I'm
It's
looking
like
for it.
security, participants, polls, chat, and then there should be one that says share
Oh,
screen.
there we go. I see that.
Yep, and then
Yes.
just share it, and then just pick the one you want to show us.
All right, do you see it?
Yep, we see you.
Okay, this
Or
is SoundRaw.
we see it. Yeah.
This is soundraw.io. Basically, you put in your type of style or your type of music, so your genre. I do techno just because that's interesting. You choose the length from 5 minutes to 10 seconds. We'll just do 1 second, a 1 minute long one. You can select the tempo. You can be a fast, normal, depending on what type of song here. So, for example, if you do like cinematic or electro, you can do slower. But and then you select the instruments and hit create music. And actually on the spot generates your music using an AI.
That is
and
cool.
That's certainly.
This one probably isn't the best. Can you hear it?
No,
No.
you have to go down into the 3 little dots and select share audio.
Okay, well, give me just a second to do that.
I
Put
think
that one
it's,
in the chat too, please.
I think I did. Yeah, it's in there. Soundraw.io.
Maybe you can figure out how. Oh, here we go. More. This is my first time ever actually using Zoom for something other than listening.
Well, I'm trying to think where else it would be.
Oh, there we go. I found it.
Okay.
There we go. Can you hear me now? Can you hear like the audio?
Yeah, we got both you and the audio now.
Awesome. So basically,
Really?
if I do just select strict. Anyway, you hit create music, and it makes some pretty cool audio. Mostly for intros, but you can do longer stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah. It's more interesting if you just what?
No, I was just going to say what's really great about this for content creators like me is I can go in and make something truly unique without any talent at all.
Very true. And you don't
Yeah.
even there's like no copyright on it or anything, so you can just use it. Unfortunately, I think you have to like sign up to download it, but I just cheat that by using OBS and I record the audio. So it's not as quick, but if you have any sort of recording software, you can just record it and play it. If you don't want to pay like the $5 or something, I don't remember how much it is, but if you don't want to pay, you can just record it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's got no copyright or anything, so you won't get a copyright strike for playing music. Not like you would want to monetize it anyway. But so yeah, you can. It's just a little thing I was messing around with earlier, and I thought you guys might be interested in it.
That is really cool. I appreciate you showing us that.
Yeah.
I think this is really cool. I'm actually looking for an opening. I'm looking for a little bit of opening music and some different things right now that I actually downloaded another program called Jingle Palette.
Okay.
And that's one I'll show you guys now. We'll do next. Let me
Sorry.
go back.
You go ahead. You can go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
But
you're
so
fine.
if you just want to mess with this, it's cool. There's all kinds of different types. You can even choose for it to just show you the ones that you would think would be interesting. So for it's not really great ones, but here's video themes, advertisement, corporate games. Basically, you can choose it to limit what it'll show you to just the ones that would be good for that type of content. And of course, you can it's just so customizable. You can get so many different songs with no time at all. It's
That's
really
really
cool.
cool.
Once you know how to use it, if you just wanted to just cinematic, for example, hit create music and it literally generates completely random music. Like if you want to have a different intro every time, you could do that. Anyway, so like a 10-second.
That's just amazing.
Yeah.
Just
I love it. I personally, it's really cool. I don't really have any videos to put it to, but if I did, for example, Joseph's little tech tips, and even like if you had an intro for the TechNet, or anything really, this is a great little resource here. This is just listen to this.
Perfect. Yeah.
You can generate anything. It's great. So what is
I
this?
love it. All right, guys, that's soundraw.io. So check that one out. I really like that one quite a bit. All right, let's see. I switched it back over. Can you guys see that now? There we go. And
Yep.
All right, and thank you, Micah, for that. I really appreciate it. Micah is Joseph's brother, for you guys who don't know, and he is also an amateur radio operator as well. But yeah, I appreciate you bringing that in. Joseph may be in a little while. He might stop in if we're here long enough. He's setting up his booth at the big ham fest up there. What's it called? The Huntsville Ham Fest. And I got a picture from him. I was hoping we'd get another picture, but I got a picture of his banner, and so that was really cool. And he's got that banner that we talked about last week.
Yeah.
He
So he had
made it.
that made and
Yep, and it looks great. It really does. It looks great. I really like the next generation of ham radio, and it's in the Star Trek Next Generation font. I just kind of thought that was really cool. Just a really cool way to do that. So I don't know.
You could create an audio loop of music to add to that and to show that at the ham fest, because usually there's no music at the ham fest.
Right,
That would
exactly.
be something, it doesn't have to be real loud, just something there to add some additional atmosphere. Be an interesting way to do things.
Yep. All right, and the next thing we've got here is going to be called the ham radio license map. I love this particular one because this one shows you who your neighbors are and if they're in ham radio. And I'm putting the link in right now, so you can go right to it and play with it if you want. This, you put in the call sign, you click show map, and it shows you on the map. And then it shows all your neighbors. Is that cool or what?
Yeah, and there's sure a lot of them, isn't there?
You know,
There's
the
a lot of
QRZ has one of that too.
Oh, really? I didn't know they had a map. I never found one on there.
It's really hidden. But if you go look a call up and then click on detail and then show on the map, down below the map, there's a little, it doesn't look like it's a link, but you click on it. I can't remember what it says. Detail and show map. Okay, now see where it says explore on ham grid maps down here below, right there. That's it. And now you zoom in on that and it'll show you the red ones have a QRZ account, I think, and the blue ones don't.
Well, that's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a lot of hams around me that are inactive, apparently.
Wow. In the words of Johnny Carson, Ed, I did not know that. Well, you are correct, sir. The great one.
Put yours in there in the chat room too.
Yeah, I did. And I'm going to go ahead and put,
I don't see it.
oh, it's because it keeps changing to specific people instead of sending it to everyone. And I don't know why it's doing that. There it is.
Gotcha.
And I don't think Sound IO got in there either because of the same problem. So let me put that back in.
Well, I got it.
All right. That should be to everyone now. All right. And
Getting a lot of
let's
good sites tonight, man.
yes, we are. All right. So everybody's got the radio license map, and you also saw how to get to the one that is offered by QRZ. This map is really handy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And you can zoom into a different area. And as you zoom around, it'll move the pins. You just got to give it a second. See? And it'll keep moving the pins down so you can find everybody. I don't know. I thought, and notice it shows you the grid squares.
Yep.
I like that too.
EL6AN right down in there.
Yeah. So yeah, Southeast Cape. And so anyway, so there's that one. And the next one, did I put this one in there? Let's see. I think I did. Yes. Yes, I did. Okay, now the next one I want to show you guys, this is APRS.
That's the
And
one
it,
yep.
yeah, and does someone want to explain this that would know more about it than me? I'll take a stab at it, but
All I know about it is that it uses your coordinates, centers on you. And if you, well, the blue ones are weather channels. Okay.
they're people's personal weather stations.
Or,
Yeah,
or, you know, sometimes you see those little ones on the side of the road. They're little Yaggies on them.
yeah.
And the D there, that's a ham, probably with a pi star. Gee, don't tell me it's 438.8. That's the same frequency mine's on.
Well, call him. He's on there. KO4NZP.
Yeah.
But you can see there, these guys are out and about in their car and they're sending just let me back up just a little bit for those of you who don't know what this is. This is APRS, or automatic packet reporting system. Did I get that right? Oh,
Yeah,
I think
I
so.
heard that right.
Look at that, man.
It has
That's
some
good.
other cool features in there too.
Yeah, and these are all, some of them are weather stations, some of them are mobile units, some of them are all different things. And you can see, look at them up here.
There's one moving right there with that red line. Just there you go.
Yeah, here's one moving right here. This guy just left Wachula. That's where his girlfriend's house is. He's heading home. And yeah, so it's pretty cool. This is neat. But the thing I like is hold on, let me mental link. Okay, so this is the APRS map, and I'll throw that link in there for you guys. Actually, he's got that link in there for you guys. Okay, the next one I want to show you is the APRS Menolink. And this is the VHF propagation map. I love this map. And this thing keeps changing. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. This is the next website. I just put it in. Okay, there we go. This map shows you the APRS system and how it's currently receiving. And you can see that we've got propagation running between Richmond and Boston right now on VHF. So this works really well. One day I turn my radio on over here and I hook it up to the computer and I start receiving APRS data myself, which is something else you can do. You can look at it online or you can receive it yourself and see how much of it you can receive.
That's
And I
pretty
put it on
close
my-
to that cluster we saw too, isn't it?
It is. It's to the right of that. And that cluster would be moving to the left, so, or to the west. But yeah, it's interesting. When these reflective things happen and we get what we call the 6 meter, you know, the 10 meter, 6 meter, and even 2 meter can actually see some benefit from that, from the magic band happening that happens. And you see it on here. You also see it on PSK Reporter and different things. One day I saw it was a red splotch that started right about Fort Myers and it went all the way up to Pennsylvania and came back down again, this big, huge red splotch. And sure enough, I turned on my APRS and I was picking up APRS directly on VHF from North Carolina.
Wow.
I was like, wow. So this map, if you're doing a VHF contest or you're doing something on VHF and you're trying to get distance on VHF on 2 meter, this is the #1 map to show you what's going on 2 meter. And that's the aprs.menolink.org. And I just put it in there. Any questions or comments on this one? Okay, well, that was easy. You can also scroll around and it will show you what stations it's picking up and all that kind of good stuff. But I leave this up a lot of times. Notice it's back. You guys can't see it from here, but it's actually, if I go to this camera, you can see it. That's it right there. I keep that up a lot of times on one of my extra screens towards the back, because that is some really good information when there's going to be some kind of weird opening. I love to program somebody else's repeater in my radio and hit it. Like there was one morning, I I saw that it was wide open and on the same frequency as the 685, on the same frequency as the 685 with a different PL tone. I checked in on a morning net and talked up in Bradenton,
Mhm.
and it was crystal clear.
Oh,
So yeah, so it's really cool when you see this propagation running, especially north south. You can actually go see what nets are going on up in Jacksonville and places, and see if you can get in on one. You'll be surprised. Everybody thinks 2 meters is good for about 50 miles.
You can
Earth
hook
can
up
change that
straight-
anytime she wants. You know what I mean? So that's the cool thing there. So that's my next one. Is anybody who's got another one?
one-
Anybody got another website they want to put up?
hmm,
All right, let me see what I got.
calling
there.
AIL.
Oh, no, thanks. Sorry, I'm not a big ARRL fan.
Okay.
I know a lot of people like the ARRL, and so I'm not going to sit here and badmouth them, but I tried to join my group with them, and I tried to do a lot of things with them, and they're just not interested, never even calling me back. So I gave up with them. All right, this next one here. This is called, and like I said, the ARRL is fine. If you like them and you get work with them and get along with them, that's great. I'm not going to say you shouldn't. Whatever, anything we can do to advance the hobby, you know what I mean? It's like if I don't get along with a club or I don't get along with somebody, I still support them. I still want things to do well. Let's see here. This next one I want to show you guys is this is called it's called Levine Central. I don't know why, but that's what it's called. But anyway, this shows you now. Before I go any further, let me preface this. It shows you the registration town of all the repeaters. It's not going to show you like the exact spot where the tower is. But this is nice because let's say you're traveling, you can have this up and you can say, okay, I'm in my car. I got a 2-meter radio. I'm in Florida. I got a 2-meter radio. So you uncheck everything but 2-meter and you submit. And now what it's going to do is it's going to bring up just the 2-meter repeaters in Florida. And now you can zoom in. We'll click Fort Myers. And you can see there's the 685. It's reported in Fort Myers, even though it's way up here. But it's the town that it's registered in. There's also the 880, which is down in Estero. And they also show another one here, the 345, which I'm not sure where that is.
That's Lehigh Acres.
Is that the Lehigh one? And then here's the Cape Coral one,
880's
225.
up there, that's the same repeater that's on 444-775. You're thinking of 820, which is down in the Estero.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. 880. Yeah. So anyway, this is not all that accurate. Okay. But it does give you an idea. If you're going to LaBelle and you click this, that'd probably be where I'd start. But it doesn't even have PL codes for a lot of them. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over so you guys can get this link. And then I'm going to show you some other resources that you can use to find repeaters. You've got Repeater Book is a great one. I don't know if you guys have ever checked that one out.
Yeah,
Repeater
Yep.
Book.
yeah, this is a fun one.
Yeah, this is a pretty good one. It works pretty good. You just put in however you want to do your search, you just put it in over here and it will bring up whatever it can for you about that. Anyway, I don't use this one as much as some of the others, but this one does work if you're looking for all the repeaters in a certain town or whatever. I tend to prefer Broadcastify, or the it's basically the same as what's the other one is called? Let's see here. See, I actually have an account in here, and these are my 4 channels that I host. in here. And somebody's listening to SARNet right now. But when you're in here, trying to remember how to do it now. It's not Broadcastify. It's the one that's connected to them. And I'm trying to remember the name of it now.
Shoutcast.
No, it's
There's another one, Ice something. Icecast.
Real quick, I think Sean wants to say something.
okay.
Father the Peters, 1.670.
Oh, okay. Well, what is it?
And got debit folder at
Hmm.
tab out.
All right, yeah, it must be around here somewhere. I guess that one, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Man, I really wish that I could remember the it's not, we tried Repeater Book and Broadcastify and I'll find it. Let me just give me a second here. Radio Reference, that's what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah, I'm a member.
Radio Reference is a good one here. And they're now linked up with Broadcastify. And it shows me that I'm sending direct messages again. This is really getting to be a pain in my ass. All right, let me copy these again and resend them again. All right, there we go. I don't know why it keeps sending me back to direct messages again. I don't ever use direct messaging. All right, anyway, I just put all those last few links in. This is Radio Reference. What's great about Radio References is you can go to the frequency database right here, and you can actually search for, you know, your town or however you want to do it. So let's put in Fort Myers, Florida, and it should bring that up here. Lee County, there we go. And there you go. There's Lee County. And there's all your frequencies.
Okay.
And it'll give you a lot of different frequencies. These are the old VHF frequencies for fire. There's a bunch of different ones here. These are the school district frequencies, which are still in use for all the different schools. Look at that. Boca Grande, Cape Coral, Fort Myers Shores, Sanibel. Those are all your different departments there.
Many of your scanner softwares, especially Unidents, will connect to directly to that, and you're able to download those files. So
Yep, and you want to know another great program that connects to it? Chirp.
Chirp, yeah. Oh, and that's fairly new for them too, isn't it? They didn't used to accept external data other than CSV files, if I remember.
Yeah, and now they do. It's great. I absolutely love it. I'm seeing if I can pull this up real quick and show you guys. But when you're in Chirp, something a lot of people don't know about Chirp, when you're, oh crap, I hate when it does that. All right, when you're in Chirp, and I'm going to open one of my radio programming files here that I have. If I can find one, give me a second here. Pictures. Oh crap. Son of a bitch. Okay, so that's not going to work. I don't know if it'll let me import things without having anything in here.
Product file.
Okay, here you go. You go to query, go to radio query data source, and you're going to go to Repeater Book or Radio Reference. These are where you go to that. You go to Radio Reference, you have to put in your name. You can go to Repeater Book. You don't need a name for that one. And here's where you put your data. We're going to put Florida. If I can get it to do it.
Just hit the F key.
Oh, that's way too easy. Okay, and then we've got the county. It's going to be Lee. So let's go to Lee. And then the band You can select what band you want. Let's leave it on all and go.
What?
Oh, what did I do wrong?
What version is that?
Who knows? It's the latest one, I think.
Hmm.
That's bizarre. And I can't download from the radio because I don't have any of them hooked up. And I'm in the new computer and I don't have any of the programming files over here, I don't think. I am still working on getting everything copied over. It's crazy. Yeah, see, I don't see it. I don't know. I don't think I got it over here yet. It'd be in here, but I don't.
Our finder's got a good one too.
All right, that's fine. We'll just move on. But anyway, just so you guys know, once you download from the radio and you've got your numbers right here, you can go up to radio and you can use this query data source, or you can also import from stock configuration. I'll give you an example of stock configurations, the Marine Band channels. You can go to that stock configuration and tell it to start downloading the Marine Band channels and start putting them at channel 201 and then hit go. And it will download the entire set of Marine Band channels into your radio starting at 201 all the way down. So they match the Marine radios. So in other words, Marine 16 is 216 on your channel, on your radio, which works really great if you've got these big banks of channels. They've got GMRS, they got FRS, they've got all these standard configurations that you can download right into your radio without even having to program anything. And then you can go into radio reference or whichever one you want to use, repeater book. You can go into any of these and and here's our finder as well. If you remember there, you can go into any of those and download the frequency list from Lee County or whatever, right into your radio.
Yeah.
I suggest using the ARRI standard frequency list, but to get you started real quick, it's a real easy way in 5 minutes to upload the program out of your radio, go to Lee County, download all the 2 meter and 440 stuff, and blow it into your radio in the first 100 channels, and you're done. You can now go onto a net tonight and talk on it right there. You're already set to go. So that's Chirp. That's a really good idea there to just download it straight into Chirp. But there's a lot of sources out there for frequencies and information. So do that. Let's see what else we got up here. Does anybody have anything they'd like to bring in? There's another one here called Space Weather Live. This is a neat website. It's a lot like spaceweather.com, but very different. It's almost like made by it's made by a totally different guy and all that kind of good stuff. I'm going to put this in here for you. That's spaceweatherlive.com. And this is just a real quick representation of a lot of the same information, but I like it. They got the Aurora map right here. You can see there's possibly some auroras visible up in Canada right now. That's kind of cool. And we've also got some Antarctic auroras down there. But this shows you all the solar winds, the magnetic field, and different things are all right here. We're in a real easy format. And then this is your geomagnetic field. I don't know. I like this particular one. It's really cool. There's your aurora oval, if you will. So you can see where that's at. And of course, it tells you your moon phases right there. So this is another great space weather site. And I got that in there for you. I do like this one. It's pretty nice as space weather sites go. Let's see here. This is kind of weird, but this is one. No, I guess it doesn't work anymore. It's probably paid now. It was a place where you could like design your go rack and stuff. It was pretty cool. That's a ham study stuff. I'm not doing any of that anymore. That's Aries, which I don't do much with. The Storm Spotter Network. This is how you become a storm spotter. those of you doing the WatchNet, I strongly suggest you get your spotter stuff. It doesn't cost anything. It's pretty easy. That's that information's right there. I just put that in for you, and you can check that out.
Pat.
I don't know what this is. I don't know what Slack is. I have no idea. Whatever. All right. So let's see what else we got here. Xfinity, Hulu. We don't care about those. I will tell you guys, the number one place to get local ham radio stuff sometimes is Craigslist. I keep an eye on Craigslist. I've got an actual search tool in there that allows me to, it sends me a message anytime someone from the area puts in something with the word ham radio in it or amateur radio. And that's how I keep up on what's becoming available, being given away or for sale. I've gotten 2 antennas off of this so far, and I've also gotten some other equipment, and I'll go pick it up, whatever, it's free. So Craigslist is a must if you're looking for used stuff. Another one I suggest, this is a great weather map. This is a 24-hour to 72-hour total rainfall map. And I just put the link in there for you guys. But this thing here is wonderful. You can see it set on 72 hours. Look at this thing. Look at the detail. You can go right in and see how much rain a certain area has gotten over a period of time. And we haven't gotten much here, but this is great during hurricanes and stuff because you can start seeing the total amount of rainfall that you got. And of course, you put that right here on this. This shade right here is up in the 4 or 5 inch range right here. This is a great map for when there's, big storms coming in. So I got that one in there for you. That's the best rainfall total accumulation map that you can find. And you can see when you click on it, it gives you the exact amount for that spot. And Rick and I, for a little while, were kind of keeping track of this. And it was right on the money with Rick's weather station several times. So it actually works really well. So there's that one. What else we got here? Radio reference I told you guys about. This one's pretty cool. This one's if you want to make your I want to put this in the chat room for you there. You want to make your call sign. Make
Yes,
it look
I
really
do.
cool. What you do is you click the one you like, edit logo. What are you doing, you dumb bastard? You just type in whatever you want to do there. This computer's got a mind of its own. And then you can customize it. Let's say we want a clear background. And let's say we want to do other things with it. You can do whatever you want with this. The outer color, the inner color. You can change the inner color to a different color. You can make this exactly how you want it. And then whenever you get that logo just the way you want it, you click next, right click save. It's that easy. And now you'll have that on your hard drive and you can use it anytime you want. Some of them move, some of them don't. It all depends on what you want.
You're blocking all those ads.
Yeah, I don't like ads.
How can you block them that well? Is that an add-on for Opera?
Yeah, it's Opera comes with a built-in ad blocker, and I'm using the standard one it comes with. Normally it doesn't show the boxes at all. It normally doesn't show me any of the ads. So, and then I'm also using a pop-up blocker that you can block specific pop-ups with, because a lot of the news channels now, when you go to their website, it pops up and says you're using an ad blocker and you can't do it anymore. So I use a pop-up blocker to get rid of the ad blocker warning. Merry Christmas to me. I know how to use a computer.
Yeah.
So anyway, but you just basically, if you notice, some of these look familiar. I use this for all the letters you see in the all the titles. that you see in the newsletter are all made right on here. You just click the one you want, you make it say whatever you want, you edit the logo however you want. There's really cool stuff you can do in here. If you don't want a straight color, you can do a pattern. We can make it look like whatever you want, whatever pattern you want to make it look like. Isn't that cool? Got swirly patterns here. There's some really cool stuff. Isn't that neat? I mean, it really gives you a lot of options that you can do with your letters. Or maybe you want a gradient. I like the gradients. Look at this. If you want it to look like a piece of gold, you click that, it looks like gold. They got all kinds of them. I like this. I call it the 70s all over again. But you can click that, click text, and it brings it up a little bit. And look at that. You can make whatever logo you want, however you want to make it. And these, anytime you see a checkerboard, that's clear. You guys know that. That's indicating to you that you're seeing through to the background.
Yeah.
And so that you can just put that on there. If you use one of the clear ones, then it'll go clear, and then you can go background and clear, and it will literally be clear, pretty much all the way through. At least some of them will, depending on how you do it. Yeah, I love to make graphics in here, and I do it all the time. Backgrounds, you can do shadows. Let's say we want to drop a shadow behind it. There you go. Drop a shadow. You can change it, the offset, how far you want it to offset. It's all very customizable without having to pay. You can further customize by paying money, of course. Look at all the fonts. Look at all the fonts. It's crazy how many fonts are in here. There's some that even look like different things, like Alien. There's the Borg, like from Star Trek.
Yeah.
But I mean, literally just all kinds of this. So if you want to make a really cool graphic with your call sign in it, just go to this page and make it. It's really cool stuff. All right, the next one here is, let's see here. I like Coast to Coast AM, but that's probably not your stuff. This is for that late night show that does all the ghost stuff. And they got a neat website. Let's see here. I've already gone through all of these and all these and all these. That's pretty much what I have here. What else do you guys have? What else have I missed tonight? You guys tell me. What have I missed? What did we miss? Anybody?
I think of another one. It's called DX Zone. And there's all kinds of stuff in there on antennas and that kind of thing.
Yeah, I've been here. They're a great repository for articles and information and things like that. They'll come up a lot in Google searches too. When you're just searching for things out there, they'll come up quite often like that as well. So that's cool. But yeah, there you go. And for this site, always just use the search bar. Don't go try to find anything. On a lot of these websites, it's best just to use the search bar. All right.
Has anybody got the Brandmeister hose line? Have you heard of it?
Well, I know what Brandmeister is. That's for the DMR radios.
Oh, this
right.
This is called the hose line. Because you can hear everything on any channel in there.
Oh, Christ, you're kidding me.
Yep. I'm getting the link for you right now.
I found it. I got it on the screen. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me put it on the screen for you guys. I'm fast. One of the things I do at work is pull up music the moment he starts talking about it, or pull up clips the moment he starts talking about it. Yep. So the moment you guys start talking about something, shit, I'm already pulling that up because I know how this works. But yeah, there we go. So these people are talking right now.
If you hit 91 top left there, when it goes red like that, that means somebody's on there. You can hear them.
That's a hard one. There's a lot of places you can drive. It's not nice open space.
So I just click it. I did click it. I don't hear anything. Or can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
Well.
Okay, so that's it. It's playing over, it's playing for you guys, but I can't
Thank
hear
you
it.
so much for the conversation.
That's fine though.
Any of the
Well,
red
that-
boxes are people
And
talking.
if you have an opportunity, I appreciate you. for the
That is
contact.
really cool.
And again, it was nice to talk.
I had no idea they even had this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So it's true, people do use DMR. Now, see, this is where I would cue my Twilight Zone music right there, but I don't have my jingle palette ready yet.
Oh, speaking
right,
of
well, there-
which, they changed the schedule for the DMR and the D-Star nets again. If I dig it out of the email, I'll send it to you.
And nice to talk to somebody in Kyoto.
Okay, yeah, please do. Well, this is really damn cool. I didn't know this even existed.
PRM and 6DT is monitoring.
It's like you can sort. Oh, you can sort by country. United States of America. Or as Biden says, United States of America.
There's one thing about digital radio is that if digital radio is active, that means the band suck.
Yeah, that's probably true. I didn't think about that, but that's probably true. Yes.
Oh, man.
You are correct, sir. Oh, that's good. All right. Well, there we go. There's that one. And I like that you can just pick US. Did it do it?
North, South Korea.
VK3 and BW 91 listening. VK3 and BW.
I don't know how to make it just search for United States. What's Reg X mode?
Haven't figured that out yet.
Tom, how are you, mate? Nice to have you aboard, haven't it?
It disappears about half of them.
That may be
Oh, thank you, sir.
what you needed to sort the US stations. Try it again.
Here in Southwest Ohio. Now walking my dog,
Nope.
boating my dog. The one I'm walking is he's blind.
Oh, I like that day mode, night mode.
It's kind of
Day
interesting.
mode sucks.
The reason it's like,
Okay, let's see here. Well, that's really damn cool. I gotta tell you guys, that's I've already found I got 3 new websites to play with this weekend already. Oh my God. I monitor so much stuff in here during the day. My wife walks in, she goes, how do you hear any of that? I said, I hear all of it. That's the problem.
Right.
I'm used to hearing, monitoring. I have my speakers around so that when I'm monitoring stuff, it's like listening to conversations in a room instead of it all coming out of one speaker and trying to figure it out that way. All right, so that's that one. Is there another one? Anybody got anything else they want to put in?
It's not a bad day. Started out okay. 12:19. 12:19.
Okay,
But we're still listening to the hose line.
Celsius, so it says partly sunny, so we can't ask for any more than that.
Well, that's cool. I can't hear it, but I'll listen to it later. I'm gonna play with this later. That is really cool.
That's relatively mild.
You just close the
Still
page.
about 80.
Yeah, I'll just get out of the clothesline there. Okay. It's like the clothesline, but bigger. There we go. All right. So does anybody have any other websites they would like to introduce us to? All right. Well, in that case, I do want to spend just a few minutes telling you guys, I try very hard on this website. I put a lot into it, and we're getting about 2 to 3 unique hits a day, and I have over 100 reoccurring visitors a day. So it's not too bad right now. We're doing okay, considering amateur radio is a very like a small small community. But I just wanted to show you guys in here that when you come in here, if you the newsletters I showed you, they're all in here. They're right there under newsletter. Just click that. The newsletter archive is the really old ones, and then under here, there's like the last 10 of them or so. Under archive, this is basically, you can go there and click that, and you can watch all of our old shows. There they are right there. There's the one where I was sleeping. But they're all here. And then you can go down under guide. A lot of people don't realize this, but I actually published a guide. It's a 4-page printable guide for new hams. And it's got all the information you could ever want, especially for this area. It's got all our repeaters, all of our nets, all of our air lingo, all about the tech net, all about the bands, all about everything, 10 things you can do right away, other things you can do right away. This is a great resource. So if you guys know somebody that's just gotten their license or that's trying to get started or is getting a cold start here,
That's
have
really
them
cool.
down. Yeah, have
Sorry.
them download this. No, you're fine. Have them download this because this is a great resource for them to use. I also made one for FMARC. They have one there that I wrote as well that's very similar to this. Obviously, mine's red and theirs is green. But other than that, it's mostly the same info. And it's a great resource that you can use or that you can print out. What I made this for, I saw these cards that were made and they sell them for like $10 or $20. You can buy them on Amazon or wherever. And it's this basically the same thing. It's the Q codes, it's the alphanumerics, it's all the same things I got on here. The Morse code, it's everything. And so that if something happens, you can pull this out from under your rig, and there's the information right there. And that's kind of how I made this. If you're fancy with a printer, you can actually print this on 2 sides and on the other 2 sides on the other side of a piece of ledger paper and have one full size, like a placemat, like in a restaurant, with everything you'd ever need to know about ham radio on both sides. And so that's kind of how I designed it. Yeah, I thought it was something cool. When I started, I didn't have a lot of questions answered for me. And I would have loved to have something like this when I started. So
That's very true. I'm definitely gonna read that. That's something that the ham radio community really needed, you know.
I think so. And it's in PDF. You can download or print it
Cool.
right there on top of the thing right there. It's an easy way to get that. And that's under guide. Under propagation, I've got a lot of these websites we went through tonight right here. There's DX Reporter, PSK Reporter, Space Weather, Sporadic E. This is information on the Magic Band. If you click there, it actually brings you right up to show you what's going on right now with the Magic Band. That's current. And you can see we've got a reflective here and we've got another one over here. So we've got a little thing going on there for as late as it is. But anytime you want to check Sporadic E, you just hit one button right here and it brings you to the Sporadic E page. And it checks out everything right there and explains everything to you. And I see I got a dead link there I got to check on. Anyway, under propagation still, 3-day solar activity, Aurora, all this information's in here. The MUF, that's the minimum usable frequency. That and all your MUF information is right there. For those of you from the 70s, it's not what you think. Let's see, beacon transmission schedules in here, the tropospheric ducting. This is another great one. Tropospheric ducting. This is where the thermal layers in the atmosphere duct frequencies, usually between 50 and 200 megahertz, and they'll duct it along the stream. And it affects our commercial radio stations quite a bit, actually. We'll get ducting and it'll bring that station, that 92.5 station up in and it's in St. Petersburg, out on St. Petersburg. And because there's nothing but water between here and there, when that tropospheric ducting starts running north to south, that signal will come down and push our signal down, and they'll be hearing us in Alamorada. But people in North Fort Myers can't hear us. They're hearing the Spanish station in Tampa. It basically moves everything south. It's crazy how it happens. It's an interesting phenomenon that I've witnessed both in amateur radio and in commercial radio and in fire service radio. We used to deal with that sometimes in fire service radio on the VHF, on the 2-meter. So it's something I've run into a lot, tropospheric ducting, and you can find out anytime what our ducting's like. Right now,
That's not
we're
the
in,
site I just put in there. Is it in the chat room?
probably, let me see.
dxinfocenter.com.
Yes, that's where my site pulls it from. Yeah.
Okay.
Or one of these sites. There's a bunch of these. It's the same data. It's all the same picture that it pulls up from one site.
Well, make sure you
But yeah.
post that in there.
Okay, well, you got that link, and of course you can also access it from my website as well. So anyway, that's your tropospheric ducting. It also explains on that site all about tropospheric ducting too, which is a good thing. And then we've also got what's VOACA? I haven't even messed with this one. My God, I put that in there and I've never actually played with it. I'll have to play with that sometime. I'm not even sure what that is. And then this is let's see, what is this?
Are you screen sharing?
Oh, I guess I'm not, am I? I
No.
should be. You guys got to yell at me when I do that.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
No, you're fine. Don't apologize to me because I screwed up.
Now you're good, man.
All right. Anyway, let's see here. The other stuff, those last two tabs under this one, I'm going to go check on tomorrow. Under weather, I've got under lightning. I've got what I consider to be probably about the best one, which is the Blitzer tongue.
Yeah. That's the
Blitzer
German
tongue.
lighting.
Yeah. And this one works really cool. It's in real time. And
Sounds like a Geiger counter.
yeah, it's pretty cool. You guys can probably hear it if it's doing anything. All right, so there we go. That's a good one. If you're wanting to just look at lightning and research lightning, see where it's at. You could also use, I've got the wind map on here. This is a great wind map, especially when there's hurricanes. You can check all that out, and you can click this little tab up here, and you can check out all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff available on here. I love Windy. Windy's amazing. And weather radar. This basically is the one that Wink TV was using for a while. It's a proprietary radar. This is a free version of it, but it is full function. It works well. I like to go down here to layers and add storm tracks and lightning, and I add the tornado and severe weather alerts. And now when you zoom in, you can see each of the little storms has a little wedge. The computer tries to extrapolate how fast and what direction that storm center is moving in. So kind of without actually putting it in motion, which you can do down here if you want to do that, without actually putting it in motion, you can see kind of where a lot of these storms are heading to. And there's not a lot of steering current out there right now. So, and your lightning shows up. This is a great map. It's also great because it works out of Florida. It works everywhere. It's like,
Sean, what does that message mean? Please tell your Ian to go. What?
I go about time to go to bed. 10:30.
I did not understand any of that. I'm sorry.
He
Okay.
has to go to bed.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
yeah, no problem, dude. I get it. I'm going to bed very soon myself. Notice here, the red one here, you can click it. It's picking up strong rotation. That's a problem. That's a problem for folks in Canton. Let's see.
Georgia?
But
Oh,
I want to show you not Canton, not Canton, Georgia, or Canton.
Canton.
There's a Canton. I think there's a Canton in just
Canton.
about every state.
yeah.
But see here, there's your tornado. That's a severe thunderstorm warning. You can click on it and it brings it up for you. Click on each storm and it brings up that for you. This is a great radar. That's why I like this radar. And like I said, it's available right there on a TechNet website under weather radar. Supermap. Supermap is the windy radar, but I've got it reset for storms. Now, the reason I like this is it has the shock waves. Look at this. It actually shows you the sound waves traveling at the speed of sound away from the lightning strike. And you know what? It works. My wife and I will sit out here and I got the Windy app on my phone. We'll see the lightning and I'll tell my wife, here comes the thunder. 3, 2, 1. She's like, that thing's freaking crazy. I'm like, here we go, babe. Boom, boom from over here, and then boom, boom, boom from over here. And she's like, you're kidding. And I'll go, boom, 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 boom. She goes, that's great. I'm like, yeah, it's all right here. It's data. It's amazing. You could actually see which direction the thunder is going to come from and when it's going to get there.
Is that a layers option?
No, it's just under thunderstorms. You just you go under the windy map and you select radar lightning, and it brings it up, and there you go. You're getting your lightning strikes, and each one shows you the shock wave coming out from the sound of that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, damn right, it's cool, man. Let me tell you what,
Pounded
I
over
will-
there around Okeechobee.
yeah, that's a pretty good storm up there, actually. And yeah, it's hitting Okeechobee. That's a neat little town, Okeechobee.
Haven't been over there.
They got a bunch of military stuff parked out there, right there on the highway, like tanks and Hueys, and you go walk all around it and climb on it. It's pretty cool. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, Okeechobee's a neat little town. All right, so that's how that works. And then there's also under hurricane. Looks like I got to do some work there for the new season because all the stuff from last season is not linking. Let's see here. And then under resources, I've got all kinds of stuff here. Lee County repeater coverage. This is where I literally just put this information in. You can play with it if you want to, but I've got all of our main repeaters there, so you can kind of get an idea in Lee County what repeaters and where they're at. Just something I'm working on there that's probably not quite complete yet. But anyway, let's see. We've also got resources tab is just literally a list of additional resources that I didn't have exact time or the spot to put them up here. You've got radio path study. This is pretty cool, especially if you're in an elevated area. This is really cool because you can actually put in 2 locations and it will actually run you a study between the 2 locations and show you if there's anything between you and the receiver site. That's pretty cool. So this is a good one to play with, but you do have to play with it for a little while to figure out how to get it to work. But you do, like if you're in the mountains, you bring this down here into the mountains, and you can see that it's going to be really hard to make that transmission because look at this, we've got this huge mountain range between us. So really cool. It's a really neat thing. It's that's called the radio path study, RF line of sight. I also have the azimuth and distance tool. This works out. It looks like they might have changed some coding on this one. I haven't gone through these in a while just to make sure they're all working. I guess I need to do that. Let's see. Is this going to let me do anything? I believe it's all here. I just got to figure out how to use it again. Anyway, I'll play with that one. I'm going to make sure all these still work. This is the U.S. cell tower site map. This one's pretty cool. You can literally just click in and just keep clicking. Brings you right into your local area, and it shows you all the tower sites in your local area. And you can click on them, and it gives you some information, location details. So it's pretty cool if you're looking for a cell tower site. There's all your cell tower sites. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Under resources again, radii tool. This is pretty cool. You can make your own maps with this. My God, is this one not working either? These developers changed their code so people won't do what I've done here. But that's okay.
That's
Let's
rude.
see. Yeah, it was probably rude for me to take it in the first place. Let's see, area calculator. It's still here. I just got to reset it again. Anyway, it's good. I found this. I found 3 pages so far. I got to fix. There's the band plan. You guys know what that looks like. There's the band plan from ICOM. Maybe you like a different version of it. I've got the expanded band plan. Yeah, this is the one that really gets into it. Really breaks down each band and tells you what's on each channel. I've got the SARnet information in here. Got to have that. There's all your frequencies for all your SARnet towers. And there's your radii for that. So kind of show you where the coverage areas are. And that is actual coverage areas because they got a bow tie on the one down here. Let's see here. And resources, space station flyovers. This is your, okay, there's 4. Okay, I got 4 I got to do now. That showed you flyovers. Let's see here. This is links that were mentioned on the net. This is basically just a bunch more links here that we've used at some point. Zillow radio hacks. If you're going to use that Zillow, there's a way to do that in there. That's like a 2-way radio, I think, on your phone. I think is what that is. And there's the AMSAT Live Oscar satellite page, the contesting page. This is the one I show you guys a lot.
Yeah.
This is a great page because it shows you the overall landscape. And then as you zoom down, it shows you every single one with a link to their information. So that's a great site if you're looking to contest. And then of course the schematic drawing tool. This was pretty cool. I'm glad this one still works. This one's pretty cool. You can actually go in here and clear this out and you can start a new one. And it will actually go in here and you can draw your circuits out just like you're making a radio. And it'll actually do the math and see if it works out for you. This is a lot, I'll admit, much of it over my head, but it's really cool if you're into building boards or trying to figure out how to make something work. You can literally bring this stuff over and set it up right there and connect and make the board right here and then simulatedly pass power through it, see if it works. Really cool stuff.
That is so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I do all kind of circuit board design and stuff, and that would really help.
That's because you and your brother are a lot smarter than we are. And I mean that sincerely. You guys are great.
Really?
But
Circuit
yeah,
Lab?
this is called Circuit Lab. And you can get to it straight from my website, or you can just go to circuitlab.com
Oh my gosh.
/editor. Yeah.
That is amazing. That is something I really needed.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I played around with it. I designed a little switch panel on it using, some interrupted circuits and lights and grounded the lights. And I played around with it one day for a little while. It was fun.
That is great.
Here's your switch. There's
Did you
all kinds
smoke a
of
rig?
different.
Does it have chips on it?
Yeah, what's great is if you smoke the rig in here, it doesn't actually damage anything. What was the other question?
Does it have any chips in it, like computer chips?
That I don't know. I don't know a
Okay,
lot
well,
about
I will
it.
definitely check that out. Thanks for showing me that.
Yeah, no problem. It even has like this. You can add wire this to this switch, and then bring a wire down and go here. Isn't that cool? Oh, I just love it. I just think it's so cool. But you could literally build it. I thought it was really neat. Anyway, that's called Circuit Lab, and that is available right here on the website. And you can simulate it once you build it and everything. And then I got clubs in here and nets and news and all that kind of stuff. But you guys know all that stuff. All right, so that's my website. I hope that this website provides stuff that in one spot, make it a little bit easier for everybody. That's kind of the main thing about this. All right, any more questions about any of that? Does anybody have any other websites they'd like to present? Okay, well, we've been in here 2 hours and 40 minutes. Is there any other topics you guys would like to discuss tonight besides websites? Okay, you guys are you're such talkers. You're just constantly talking. I can't ever get a word in.
That's me.
Yeah. All right, so I want to go through. There wasn't a whole lot in the newsletter this week that's pressing, but I do want to go through a few things. So let's.
5 days
Uh,
work.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to load. I can't. I don't know why. I guess I'm going to have to split that page up. Is what I'm going to have to do.
I've noticed that
Um,
when I bring it up in the email, it takes a while to load too. So it's just.
Yeah. Well, by virtue of what it is, it's big because I use a lot of graphics and a lot of colors and that stuff. As you guys know, with a PDF, anything that's white basically doesn't count. So that's why when you do a PDF and it's a typed letter, it's a really small file because it skips over all the white spots and it only starts needing data again when there's another color. So that's kind of how it does it. So the more graphics and things you have, the bigger the file gets. Anyway, we have a geomagnetic storm watch going on right now. We're actually in storm right now. And it's going on right now. The ARIS, they're doing voice repeater and APRS at the same time from the space station. I believe it's the first time they've done that. So if you're into space station stuff, you may want to go to the ARIS website and check that out. I've got some information on it in the newsletter as well. The TARC Fest in Tampa is tomorrow. So just putting that out there if anybody's going up that way. And I've got 3 pages in here on how to make your virtual radar. Scientists announced key to smaller capacitors, and that's a pretty neat story that I've got in here. You guys can check that out. As far as the geomagnetic storm, it's coming. My headline this morning was "Don't give up." Well, it's here. It's arrived. Don't give up. You don't have to give up. It's arrived. We've got a pretty good geomagnetic storm going on out there right now. I also think the natives are getting restless in my neighborhood too. All right, let's see here. We've got the funny boners here. I thought this was pretty fun. My wife's idea of trick or treat, and it's a bowl full of radios. Basically, she's hoping all the kids will take your radios. Yeah. Oh, I'm not. Thank you. Thank you for telling me I effed up again. All right, let's see here. My wife's idea of trick or treat. Take one, please. And build a house. Why do we need 25 HTs? Has anybody figured that out? I don't know. I think it's just because they're cheap and we like
at the same time.
it's because they're cheap and we like buying radios. Okay, someone decided to build a little house underneath these beautiful antennas. And of course, this is what it looks like when people pull up and see my antennas for the first time at my house. I think that's a very young Will Smith before he slaps somebody. Anyway, let's see here. The swap shop is next weekend. And as I said, the TARC Fest is this weekend. And then there's really not much else going on for a while. All right. And there's some news stories in here. Check them out if you want. This is what I told you about. I've got 3-page expanded explanation here. And I even got links to the show that we did. So there's just really no excuse why you don't have one of these hooked up at your house by now. Just kidding. But there's where you click to see this actual TechNet, where Joseph and I take you through the entire process of hooking up your own SDR dongle. And then since we did this show, we've also added the high gain collinear antenna and this filter amplifier, which gives you great performance. And you guys have saw what I did with that and how far we're getting. There's some examples of what we're getting. Anyway, that's about it. As far as this weekend, we've got the RTT Wire, the RIDI contest. That is a worldwide focus on that one. I don't know much about that. If anybody knows anything about these contests, let me know. There's the ARRL 10 gigahertz and up contest. And that's interesting. I'm sure there's just millions of people up there waiting to talk.
Cook a hot dog and contest at the same time.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you literally could cook a hot dog on that. That brings me to a funny story. I probably have told you guys this story before. But so if you've heard this, excuse me. But after they put the 800 megahertz radios in, somebody told me one day, hey, you can put a hot dog on that antenna, put it right down to where the top of the antenna is, right at the top of the hot dog, and turn it to a frequency that's not being used and just key down the mic. and hold it for about a minute and a half, and it'll cook the hot dog. And I'm like, no, that you're full of shit. It doesn't do that. And so we were out at a brush fire one day down in the Golden Gate, in the South Blocks in Golden Gate, and they brought us a bunch of cold hot dogs, the bastards, and we had nothing else to eat but these cold hot dogs, right? And so I went up on top of the engine and I stuck one on the antenna, and I went down and turned it to a simplex channel, and I went Bleep, and I held that thing for about a minute. Sure enough, after about a minute, the sweat started pouring off that hot dog. I mean, can you imagine little beads dripping up on the outside and falling off on the engine?
That hot
Little
dog
beads
started barking.
fall, and it's cooking. And they said if it doesn't cook evenly, you take it off halfway through and flip it over and stick it back on. And that 860 megahertz or whatever it was would cook a hot dog just about perfect from the inside out, and make a nice hot dog. And then what you do is right before the end, you stick the bun on there and squeeze it on there and hold it, and it'll warm that up too. But yeah,
How much power is that 800 megahertz radio running?
they were 40-watt radios,
Oh, man.
Motorola's. They don't make them like that anymore. You're lucky to find a 10-watt version of that now. As a matter of fact, most of the trunked equipment that's out there now is micro wattage. Some of the handhelds can throttle themselves up to 2 watts or something. The mobiles can throttle themselves up to like 5 watts if they can't get a tower, but it's micro wattage. These radios now, that's what's so really cool about it. You know, ham radios, all our radios have manual power settings.
Yeah.
The Motorola government radios, most of these radios now, they sense the tower and how far away it is, and they send the appropriate amount of wattage to get there. They don't boil out just wattage anymore. They know what it takes to get there, and they send that much. And they actually will constantly be adjusting their wattage, micro wattage, up and down as needed. And it's really cool. But back then, they all just boiled out 40 watts or 30 watts, 35 watts, whatever it was, and just out. And back then we only had one big tower in the middle of the county. So they bought some big ass radios.
Yeah.
And back then the portables didn't work inside modular homes, metal buildings, things like that. Nowadays they work great. It's a phenomenal system they've got now. They're using the Motorola P25 system.
Phase 2.
Phase 2, yes, phase 2. And that's why law enforcement's now encrypted. So if anybody has any information on decoding that, get with me. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna say about that on the open channel.
A proposal out in California, I believe, to require them to unencrypt that. There's some.
There are
Yeah,
several lawsuits going on.
There's a lot of civil rights issues with this. We're in a period of time right now where the FBI is raiding former presidents' homes, just like a banana republic. And we're at a time right now where law enforcement's flying off the hook. Just go look at YouTube and type "bad cop, no donut" and see what you get. And there's still so many good cops out there. And I think it's so important to get transparency. Body cams, dash cams, open scanner frequencies. We need transparency. We need to be able to see that the people that we hire with our tax money are doing the right thing. And when they encrypt channels, there's when they tell you, and I'm a former cop, you guys know I was a cop years and years and years ago, a deputy sheriff. 98% of the time, 98%, and I'm telling you this, you can believe me or not, 98% of the time when law enforcement or the FBI or the CIA or anybody else that's in law enforcement, 98% of the time when they tell you that we're not going to release this information because it could compromise the case, that's bullshit. It's an excuse. The only time that really counts is when you've got 4 stabbings and all 4 of them were done with the same knife. And we know this knife has a pearl handle. We're not going to give out the information to the public that it has a pearl handle because we want to see if the 5th person that saw that knife is going to know that it has a pearl handle. You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of specific information that might not be given out. But to just say we can't comment on the entire case is bullshit.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
and them saying, you can't hear, they're saying, well, you can't hear this radio traffic because we put personal information on it. No, you don't. That's all public information. When they run your driver's license and your address comes up, I mean, that's basically public information. You can get it through several steps. The point is that's a crap case when EMS is broadcasting all the patient information over open channels.
Yeah.
So the whole reason for the encryption literally is to prevent public transparency. That's the only reason they're doing it. And so I think that these lawsuits will begin to become effective in some states. And I believe that we will start to see pushback on this.
Mhm.
I support law enforcement probably 60-70% of the time.
Yeah.
I'm for law and order. I'm for us all doing the right thing. And I do the right thing myself. And it really bugs me when these people go out and victimize people. I
Mhm.
also believe that we've got a lot of problems too. We've got issues. We're spending money in all the wrong places. And let's get off law enforcement and go to government in general. I had a talk today at 7:00. I don't know if you guys, any of you are listening to my show at Trey and I show at 7:00. I actually talked for a while tonight. He gave me 20 minutes to just go off. And I went off on medians. Medians. Do you realize how much the government spends on median maintenance every year?
Well, I can about imagine because all the grass and all that stuff.
Billions.
Oh, I'm
Do you know
sure.
if we took the money that they spent on medians this year, we could add one lane to every road next year.
That would be a nice feature. Might get the traffic flowing a little better.
And we could make those lanes in what is now the median so we don't ever have to deal with it again.
Yeah.
I don't believe in beautification median projects. Right now, you drive down Del Prado at 1:00 in the morning, your car will be sprayed by 50 sprinkler heads by the time you get down to Cape Coral Parkway.
Figures.
By the way,
At least that's canal water.
yeah. And by the way, yeah, it's gray water or canal water or something. And guess
Well, there's
what?
stuff that we're gonna be piping through here over there.
Yeah.
Been building
And
this
so
pipeline.
there's-
Because. Go ahead.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Moving, they're talking about City of Fort Myers selling Cape Coral some gray water. Yeah, that's going on too. And the Cape Coral every single night runs sprinklers all the way down their entire median. If you run your sprinkler more than twice a week, you get a ticket.
Yeah.
And that really bugs me when they once a week in North Fort Myers here, they have a crew that starts down at the bridge and they work the medians all the way up to Del Prado Extension. That same crew takes them an entire week to do 6 miles of US 41. Just the median and the immediate adjacent sides of the road. And that's it. They have to box all of the, they have to, box cut and trim all of the stuff. They have to put down mulch. They have to trim the grass with edgers. They have to make sure all the sprinkler heads are clear because we've got sprinkler heads and power in every one of those medians running all the way down the road.
And the cedar chips.
The cedar chips, the mulch, all the bullshit, all those plants at $40 a pop, $20 a pop, all the trees they put in. You ever notice they'll put beautiful oak trees down the median. And then 5 years later, when they reach a certain size, they rip them all out.
Yeah, brilliant.
You pay for them, and then you pay to have them pruned for 5 years, and then you pay to have them ripped out.
Yeah, brain.
And you pay to water them, and you pay to deal with them. I'm sick of it. What needs to happen with these medians is they all need to be turned into additional travel lanes. We need to stop spending all this money. They're spending millions of dollars in Lee County alone maintaining medians. And the only reason Lee County's not so bad is because Collier County's twice as bad. Collier County down there, they put that Golden Gate, I think, that goes over the top of 75. They put that new overpass in there. They got trees on the overpass.
Oh my.
They got like, it's the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. All this stuff that they've got and all this metal work and all these fences and this and that and the other thing. And We got to also put these fences up to keep people from throwing watermelons at cars. And we got to put this up and that up. And then we got to put all these trees and bushes. And they got bushes in the median on top of the overpass over the interstate. What are we doing?
They don't know.
That's until the roads work, you shouldn't be allowed to make them pretty.
No.
They got to work first. That's literally like going to your house, building your house and saying, well, I can't, you know, I'm going to do all the yard work and I'm going to spend all my money on the yard, but I'm not going to put any money into the house. I mean, it's like, what are we doing here? The house is where you live. The yard's simply where you park your car and walk in. Okay. And that's what's going on with highway medians. They're not used for anything. We don't use them as parks. We can't take our kids there for a birthday party. You can't even pull over there legally when you're broke down. You
Yeah.
must pull to the right.
And your dogs probably aren't allowed to poop on them either.
Dogs are not allowed to shit in the median. So what we end up with here is a completely worthless piece of land that our government has sanctioned off from us that we can't use for anything, but that we pay millions of dollars a year to maintain. And it's in a spot where we really need 2 more travel lanes.
Yeah, it would be a nice feature.
What are we doing? What is a society? What the hell are we doing?
Well, you got to remember, this is a society that hires 87,000 new IRS agents instead of 87,000 new Border Patrol.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And they hire enforcement agents instead of hiring phone operators to answer the phone. The average wait time for IRS is 1 day if you can get
I'd
in.
help you if you need any help from.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you call them to get help with your taxing, your filings, forget it. Forget it. My host on my other show was audited. They said they found errors. They audited him. He had to go out and hire an attorney. He had to go out and hire an accountant.
Yeah.
He had to deal with it because he has an LLC. He had to deal with this as a business. It cost him thousands of dollars to prove to them that the mistake was on their side.
Yeah.
It
Right.
cost him $6,000 to prove that the government was wrong.
Yeah,
He doesn't get that money back.
of course not.
He doesn't get it back. It really upsets me. If you keep money from the government, you pay interest. If they keep money from you, they don't.
They don't. That's right. Well, that's like, we always get this under penalty of perjury. I say that all of this is true and all of this. It's all right for the government to lie to the people, but it's not okay for the people to lie to the government.
Yep. It's the same way with cops.
Yeah.
A cop is legally allowed to lie to you to do his job, as long as he doesn't lie on the affidavit or to his supervisor.
Yeah.
He's allowed to lie to you all day long. The government actually has laws that allows them to be untruthful while conducting their business. That should be scary to anybody.
Yeah.
If the raid last week didn't just scare you to death like it did me. I hope you guys like bananas, because we're a banana republic now.
We're a banana republic now.
Yeah. We now this regime attacks the last regime, and they
Yeah.
attack the next regime using law. That's how you define a banana republic. It's pretty sad stuff. All right, it's getting late. I think it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and
It
end
is.
the live stream, at least for right now. Let me go ahead and do that. So
Wonderful.
everybody on YouTube, sorry about the last 20 minutes if you're not in the politics, but we had a little interlude into how the government takes all your money and only spends a very small amount of it wisely. Yeah.
Well, we have a plunder and squander political party, and I won't name
Yes, we do.
plunder
Yeah.
your money through taxation and squander it by flushing it down the toilet.
Politics,
Unfortunately, we have one useless political party, and then we have another one that's even worse.
Yeah.
Politics, religion, and ham radio don't go together.
Yeah, they do.
Only,
Well, that's
only
why I
over
don't. That's why I
lunch
don't do
table.
heavy politics in here. I don't do heavy politics in here. Trust me, I could do 3 hours of heavy
We
politics.
don't mention names when
Uh,
we say this stuff.
No, I try not to mention names, and I also don't get into politics. I will literally squash political talk till towards the end, because I don't want to upset people. I know there may be people in here that are on one side or the other, and I don't, I get that. I will say that I actually used to have friends that were on the left, but I'm no longer friends with any of them. But that doesn't mean we can't be friends if you're on the left. I'm willing to try anything once. But anyway, other than that, the neat thing about ham radio is there really is no politics. There's lots of drama, but there's no politics.
Lots of static too.
Lots of static and some on the radios too. But yeah, I tell you what, there's a lot to look forward to in this country. We just have to look long term. Things will get better. Things will definitely get better. Got some great things coming up. All right. Does anybody have anything else before we end the live stream? All right. Everybody on YouTube, thanks for visiting tonight. And you can catch all of our streams on our website or on our YouTube channel. And that's swfltech.net, swfltech.net. And we'll be back.